request.
Oh, I saw
it. Yeah. All right, we're live.
Okay, so we're live on the stream.
We're live on the stream.
I am sweating espresso right now.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
It is
just coming out of your
running
pores
through my veins.
Well, good news, Dan. We have a coffee beer in this episode.
Oh, man, it's making my gut sound like what, like whale songs. Yeah. Oh, it's bad.
Oh man. All right. Let us go live.
Get the audio
audio here. Oh, wait.
Did you do it?
It says audio input's not accessible. What happened? Stop.
Did you do it?
Did I do what? Why is it saying that audio is not accessible?
Come on, Tom. Did you turn it on and off again?
I'm trying to turn it on and off again. Okay. Check. Uh-oh. What happened? Do I have the right thing? I think I do.
Uh-oh. You just turned off your mic.
Wait, hold on.
You turned off your mic.
No, I think I did this.
There you go.
There we are. All right, we're back. Oh, boy. You know, it was getting levels, and I think we're getting... they can hear us.
Yeah.
So, check. I'm just going to restart GarageBand. All right, let me do this real quick.
You know, you think you have a good shot at having another successful episode without anything going on, and then this happens.
Thus is life, Dan. Thus is life. Yeah, I don't know. Good old GarageBand. GarageBand updated. That's probably why. So we're getting levels, and we got levels from our guests too.
Yeah.
And
I can download the audio.
well, let's see.
Let's see how it goes, man.
Boom. There we go.
We're in.
Yeah, we're in.
We're in.
We're into the mainframe, Dan.
All right.
All right.
That intro, buddy. You got it. I have faith in you that you'll get it first try. First try without any prompts, any cue cards whatsoever. I have faith in you. Go.
Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. Dan, do you feel relaxed?
I feel pretty casual today.
Yeah, a little casual.
I wore a hoodie. You know, I'm wearing sweatpants right now. So
okay, we're going. It's casual Friday on a Monday.
Yeah, I'm
here
wearing
at the office.
Yeah, wearing exactly what I wore to the office today. So,
all right, everybody, welcome back to the greatest podcast to exist in the history of podcasts. It's the internationally acclaimed, Sidney Crawford approved podcast of hops, high fives, and espresso.
Yeah.
I am your host, the original recipe, Tom. None of that extra crispy bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Original.
I feel like extra crispy has its merits.
The king of the butt rock and the crispiest of boys, Tom.
And I'm your other host, the Hop Master General, the Royers Ford Rattlesnake. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Dan?
It's Dan.
I'm a little sad.
Why?
Because I'm just realizing that
sun's getting real low.
Dan, we have one episode left after this.
One more
in the year of the butt rock.
Sun's getting real low there, pal, huh?
CJ White, 13. Thank you for joining us again. As long as there will be no Nickelback, I can't make those promises.
2022 is going to be a different year. It's going to be a different year.
We'll find a way to shoehorn Nickelback in there.
I will find a way to not shoehorn Nickelback in there.
All right, everybody. We have one. We have to go out with a real banger.
We do. We'll have discussions after.
This one's a pretty solid one.
This is a pretty solid intro, so I'm ready for it, especially after all the espresso.
All right, everybody. Well, that was our fuel.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
We are the best friends podcast in the world.
Yeah, see? All that open space for the intro? Hell yeah.
Goddamn, this band sucks.
If a song was Truck Nuts, it'd be this song. This song is Truck Nuts.
Oh my God. Might as well just change their name to Salt Life. Oh my God.
This is a good intro, man. I like it.
This is the Calvin peeing on something, a Chevy logo of Metallica songs.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is getting me hyped.
Getting you real hype?
Yeah, I'm actually getting a little warm for this hoodie right now.
Let's settle it down a little bit.
Okay. How long can we play this before we get kicked out?
I don't know. We might get a copyright strike. Lars is going to come in. Hey, man.
Hey, Best Friends podcast. He's got to give us a
We're gonna
give us a Napster style lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. We're the Best Friends podcast in the world. Thank you for joining us again for another episode as we inch closer to the old centennial mark, Dan.
The old centennial.
Yeah.
The ciento for you.
Yes.
Since you're learning Spanish, right?
Yes. Saint Anger is far worse than fuel. It's hard to pick them. It's hard to pick which one's worse.
Can we throw those up on the?
Oh yeah. Boom. We got that. We've already addressed that one. And then Saint Anger.
I will say, I will agree. CJ is correct in that.
Reload is a dumpster fire of an album.
Yeah, we just went through the whole like song list and went, man, this is bad.
We were like, oh, this song sucks. Oh, it's on Reload. Oh, this song sucks. Oh yeah, that one's on Reload too. God damn, that whole band stinks.
Agreed.
Yeah, don't at me.
Don't at me.
All right, everybody. What do we do first?
We'll do a little housekeeping.
Yeah. All right. So as always, shoot us a follow on all podcast platforms. Yeah, all podcast
all podcasts.
Getting a little ahead of myself. I'm running with the ball before I catch it.
That espresso is just coursing through your veins.
It's kicking in.
There's a vein on your neck that's just been throbbing over here. I am uncomfortable over here.
All right, follow us on all podcast platforms, whichever one you like to use. Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
You can even
Amazon,
ask Alexa.
Yeah.
Hey.
Deezer, D's nuts, whatever.
Yeah, whatever Deezer is. I don't know who uses that, but
yeah, I don't know what that is. iHeartRadio, I think we're on that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows?
If it's a podcast network and we're on it, give us a follow, guys. Also, give us some ratings. What are those ratings, Tom?
5-star party, fiesta de cinco Australia.
Very nice. You've been really working on the Spanish.
Yeah. I'm going to work on rolling my R's. Australia.
Oh, there. That was nice. Guys, we don't care what kind of reviews you write. They could be scathing. They could be good. Just give us 5 stars.
Yeah, get creative with it, man.
Get creative.
And as always, we are a part of the Hopped Up Network. The Hopped Up Network is a independent craft beer network of independent craft beer podcasts, much like our own. If you enjoy our podcast, you might enjoy some of the other podcasts on the network. They are nationwide. Yeah.
Got some pretty good ones from Arizona. I just kind of peeked into a little bit.
Nice. So you can follow them on Instagram at Hopped Up Network and on the old World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web.
At www.
Right, boomer.
Well, it's https://www.hoppedupnetwork.com.
Is any of that capitalized?
It doesn't matter. Go back to the home. All right.
Let's bring our guests on.
Yeah, let's bring our guests on.
Let's crack a cool one.
This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's a nice what'd you call it? A freestyle episode.
Yes, we're gonna do a freestyle episode. So we have no structure here.
Absolutely no. We're just flying at the seat of our pants here.
We threw the Prestige Worldwide.
Boats and hoes. Investors? Possibly
you. Yeah, so we don't have a brewery on this week. We're not doing any specific beers.
Which would be a pretty good trials and tribulations to talk about on this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Not having a brewer this week.
Yeah.
But so we actually brought on another craft beer podcast.
Yeah.
We're podcast collaborating.
I know we're doing. Yeah, this is our first of 2 collaborations this week.
Oh, I know, man. It's gonna be a busy week. Yeah, we'll talk about that one later.
All right, so we're gonna bring on. I already forget. John and Steve. Mr. Steve from Might Be Brews Podcast. Let's bring them on here.
Oh, there they are.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up, boys?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Are we on the internet?
We are.
We live?
We're live on the interwebs.
Wow. Can I see you?
It's a whole fancy thing. I'm trying to get. Yeah. Now we're figuring it out.
Figure it out. Oh, that looks better.
Yes. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
This is going to be This is a new one for us. Well, I don't think we've had a podcast.
We've never had a podcast on there. We've talked about it in the past, with scheduling and everything. A lot of it never worked out, but appreciate you guys coming in and talking to us this evening, man.
Of course. Thanks for having us. I think, we've done other podcasts before, I think, right?
We've done the Fueled by Hops.
Yeah. Fueled by Hops out of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yep.
And what was the other Pittsburgh, John, we were on? Hop Nation?
Yeah. Hop Nation USA.
Okay. That's a pretty good one.
Hops just like really like nails down the name right there. It's like, how many like variations can we throw hops in there?
Yeah.
Right.
How do we fit hops into this name? So like I said, we're gonna do a freestyle episode. This is the Rodney Mullen of beer episodes.
There you go. Do a little freestyle action there.
So we're all gonna be drinking, separate beers and
talking about them a
talking
little bit.
about
So
them,
we're still gonna have all that great craft beer content. Just
hell yeah.
It's gonna be a lot more jokes.
Yeah. We're gonna show how unfunny we actually are.
All right. So getting into our first beer, I guess then. So I'm gonna go grab our first beer, and while I'm doing that, just let us know, I guess, what are you guys drinking over there?
So I was kind of wondering, what should I do for this episode? Should I go traditional? What should I do? I'm more of a traditional kind of guy usually. So I went the exact opposite direction. So I've got the pastryarchy, banana bread pudding Hefeweizen from Duclaw.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
I'm anticipating hating this beer.
Oh, so you're the Tom of the podcast.
But how do you know until you taste it?
Sounds like trash, but let's give it a shot.
I feel like Tom, you're just looking into your future right there. Like your future Tom who comes onto the podcast.
I wish I could have a beard that luxurious.
I think it was like Halloween.
Yeah.
No, it was a little bit. It was before Halloween.
Mine grows in like Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I get this like Count of Monte Cristo like mustache and like tiny little goatee like right here. Like I do sword fights with tiny swords, like the tiny thin ones.
Mine grows in like Tommy Boy in the diner after he gets hit in the face with the board.
It's
not so much here or here, but right around here.
Just that little patch there. And so what Tom and I are drinking here is a little Cross Keys English pub ale from Rebel Hill Brewing Company. So we went exactly where Mr. Steve would probably go since he's more traditional over there.
Absolutely.
All right.
So did you guys crack?
Dan, Dan was the pre-cracker in this episode.
I listened and they bust people's balls. So that's what I was saying. We gotta wait.
You guys cracked it already.
He was holding me off.
I was like blocking him.
I'm ready for a beer. And he's like, no, that's not how this works. He's giving me the look like, I know what I'm doing. I'm following your format. Hang on a second.
Freestyle. Hold on. We'll count you down.
I heard the and I was like,
wait, we don't crack?
So I don't know if I'm jumping ahead at all or not, but when I was watching you guys podcast the other day, when you guys were live with Suburban, I think it was, you were talking about pouring for Rebel Hill. So do you have a relationship with Rebel Hill?
I am currently employed there. Yes.
Okay.
So yep, I'm a bartender. You'll see majority of Sundays. So Sundays are my day. I'm usually there. Yeah. About
nice.
Most Sundays.
I was half paying attention and you were saying pastryarchy and I heard banana bread pudding. I did not hear Hefeweizen. So I was expecting stout. And then as it's pouring, I'm just getting this enormous nose and waft of terrible, terrible yeast. Like I'm not at all interested in Hefeweizens or this style of beer. So it keeps getting worse. Like I was expecting bad, and then you're piling it on.
It's just terrible for different reasons for both of you.
I was gonna say if it was gonna be like if you're gonna have banana in it, cheers,
Slancha boys,
cheers, guys. If you're gonna have like banana in something, like a Hefeweizen's like a perfect kind of choice for that because of the yeast and everything.
Our buddy Harry from Experimental did that banana chip Hefeweizen, which was really good. It kind of almost tasted like a Belgian.
It's not that bad.
It's not. So when I got really close to it and I got some really good nose on it, I was just like you were saying down there, Dan, like I was getting the banana and that yeast kind of nose coming off of it. And they were playing together. And I was like, oh, maybe this is going to work. But for some reason, tasting it, I'm not really getting banana, but I'm getting a lot of that clove.
I'm getting banana, but I'm getting candy runt banana flavor.
Okay.
Oh, you get like artificial banana.
Artificial banana, not the natural Hefeweizen banana type esters that can sneak in there on you.
I don't know why I'm not getting a ton of banana.
There's definitely clove in there. I can see
Yeah.
that taken over, but I just feel like there's that candy taste in the background.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of see that.
I feel with the style, like clove and banana play really well because of just the general style and everything. And then what else was in there? Did I hear like bread pudding or some other weird adjunct?
Banana bread pudding.
It says
Hefeweizen.
bread pudding, but what are they really putting in there that's bread? It does say chocolate and cinnamon, which I don't really get, and nutmeg.
Of all the runts, bananas are the best.
Oh, hard disagree. Oh, that's the one. That's the one that save at the bottom of the bag. It goes in the trash.
Yep. That's the candy corn of runts.
Oh man,
Just throw it all out.
we have a serial killer in the chat.
All right.
What-
You know who also liked banana runs? John Wayne Gacy.
Yep.
I don't know what's happening to me, but I'm not hating this beer. And I feel like the last time I had like a Saison or something, I was like, I feel like I'm starting to turn the corner on those
I think
bready yeasts.
everything else is covering up the yeast
Okay.
on this one.
Okay,
Maybe that
yeah.
has something to do with it.
So you're getting like a good balance of the adjuncts with like the traditional style there, which is
I don't know if I'd say
Probably.
good.
I would say palatable balance.
I'm just surprised. I don't know.
Well, I expected a 1 and it's like a 2.5,
Yeah. It exceeds expectations.
which is always good.
It's funny that when you were talking about that, I was just over at Rebel Hill yesterday, and Greg, the owner, had me try what was it called?
Sacrificial Fruit.
Okay, so it was a sour IPA, and it was fruited with strawberry and banana. And I was like, well, I'm going to hate this because I hate banana. I hate banana flavor, everything banana. Toss it, drain pour it.
That's crazy.
And why is that crazy?
Just because I think like what 40% of like the desserts that you get from your wife, who's Filipino, probably involve banana in some way, shape, or form.
No, bananas are not allowed around me. Sorry, I don't like a soft dick shaped food going to my mouth like that.
Maybe like the Ron Swanson when he's trying to take
Yes.
the banana in.
Yeah.
You're just like,
What? But it went over way more than all right, Benjamin, come on now. He gave it to me, and I was like, this isn't going to be any good, and it tasted nothing like the description. Like
Yeah,
the IPA came through, the hops that came through on it were really nice, and it kind of gave it like an earthy taste to it. It kind of rounded out the beer. You got banana on the nose, but it wasn't really on the palate. It tasted like just like a dry hop sour.
I love how he was like an adjunct dealer to you. He was just like going to your arm and just like tying it up with a little shot. He's like, how about you a little strawberry banana for this one? Just a little hit. He's like, I'm just going to give you a little bit and just to make you keep coming back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This one's free. This one's free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next one's going to have to cost you.
You can't say you don't like it if it's free. Cucumber beers. We've had cucumber beers.
We have,
podcast.
yeah. We've had cucumber beers on the podcast. They've actually been very good. But
Let's talk about this beer.
Let's talk about our beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got the Cross Keys Pub Ale, which just a little description here from Untapped. And guys, we're trying to update it as best as possible, but you can follow our.
I just smashed you with a bunch of photos yesterday.
I know it's a one man it's a one man band trying to put all of these on Untapped. So I appreciate all your
one
patience.
man band.
I'm doing all the Untapped.
I'm doing all the pictures.
But I gotta describe.
I'm
them.
the bass
I
player.
have to like go
Sounds like
back
a team
to
effort
remember.
to me.
Yeah. Sounds like a team effort, right?
You're like the lead singer who just like goes in, doesn't set up any of the equipment. You're just there like, don't worry, guys, got the mic. But yeah, you can follow us on
Incoming.
you can follow, that was hilarious because I was like, I hate you so much. You just flooded my text message with like 12 photos. I was like, thanks, man. I can't wait to put these up. Can't wait to take write a paragraph for each of these. But yeah, follow us on our Untapped. That's a Best Friends Pod. That's Best Friends POD. So speaking of Untapped here, we've got Cross Keys. It's brewed with Maris Otter, some crystal malt, and a smidge of special roast. Hopped exclusively with East Kent Golding. Notes of light marmalade, Melba toast, British earthiness, and all things beer. This is a beer flavored beer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Again, I was over at Rebel Hill yesterday and we were drinking, I was drinking this, and I was saying that this is like a perfect pub ale, because this is what I expect from when something's named pub ale. I think of just a beer, like a nondescript beer. Just I want to sit at the bar and have a nice crispy beer.
Yep.
And this ticks all the boxes for that one.
And we give it to you in both ways. We give you a nice crispy carved up version, and we have a hand pump, and we like to use it. So it's on the hand pump as well.
Yeah, when I hear pub ale, I think malty. I usually think of like an ESB, something like that.
Yeah, so this is like ESB light. So this is just an English bitter, like standard pub ale. We do an ESB as well, but this is kind of like this would be the lighter version of it. So you still get a lot of the earthy maltiness to it.
Yeah, it definitely has like that bready malty.
It's a little lighter in color than like an ESB.
It definitely has that malty bready flavor to it, like that Melba toast kind of flavor.
Yep.
But it's much lighter and crispier. And I imagine like I would want this out of one of those old like copper coil taps that like it's coming out just ice cold.
I do appreciate it ice cold, and like the hand pump it's a hand pump. What it does to this beer and like brings out like the malt character to it and like gives it a softer mouthfeel. It does wonders for beers like this.
It's a tough style for breweries around here to do, really, because it's one of those things like if you make it taste like Boddington's, which is what it's supposed to taste like, people say, oh, you just made it taste like Boddington's, but that's what it is. Like that's the style. That's the pub ale. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, the pub ale.
I feel like it's a style that like has gotten popular in this area though, like with like breweries like Forest in Maine and Ambler, like in southeastern Pennsylvania, bringing these English styles back. And I keep hearing English styles like Lehigh Valley doing it as well. Like this whole eastern part of Pennsylvania, I've been hearing just tons of people talk about English beers, which is kind of cool. And I mean, hey, if you can get a soccer following, when you're opening at 12 and catch a little Premier League and get some pub ales out, it's good.
You would think that's like what the Larimer would be doing, because they're right next to the soccer stadium.
Yeah, right next to the
you got places like Bond Place up in Bethlehem that are just cranking out English styles.
Oh yeah, all the time.
East Branch did a really nice pub ale a couple months back now. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but it was very tasty.
I think I saw that on their menu. It's a beautiful brewery. I stopped in on my way through Downingtown. I was mountain biking out there, and they have a nice location being like above that restaurant and everything. It's kind of a cool setup they have.
Did you get up onto the roof?
Oh no, I didn't get onto the roof. I was covered I was covered in mud, so I was like an in and out kind of thing where I was like, "Don't look at me, just give me a 4-pack and I'll be on my way." So
the
next
rooftop
time
is just killer. Just being up outside and looking over Downingtown, and they got really good food too.
That's an old firehouse, isn't it?
It is an old firehouse.
Yeah, that was where the Molly Maguires used to be.
It was the Molly Maguires.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been to East Branch, and I was trying to figure out where they were. And yes, now that you say it's the old firehouse.
Yep.
Yes, I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, and the restaurant downstairs, Estrella, is tacos y mas.
Yeah.
But they do they specialize in PA beers. So like they've got a really great tap list, and I think it's almost exclusively Pennsylvania craft beers.
I don't know if they do that on purpose or not, but
I think so.
Now that I think about it, it's like,
sure
this is all
I think
Sun and Levante and Workhorse, and it's all not just PA, but all very local PA beers.
I feel like that's like such a smart thing to do, because a lot of people that are drinking craft beer want to drink
PA.
Local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially where they're located. I mean, you have people who go out, they went there for East Branch, and then they're like, well, I can get a couple other PA pours and get food downstairs. And it's nice because of how their entrances are set up too. It's, just a quick little run down the stairs to grab some food and some beer, like on the first floor. So
my wife loves her Estrella. She loves the watermelon margarita. So we'll go there often for dinner, and then I'll swing up and grab a 4-pack or 2 on the way out and zoom on my way.
It's okay. You don't have to say that your wife likes the watermelon margaritas. It's fine here. We're all friends now on the podcast. You can confess your love for the margarita.
I get down with the margarita. I will absolutely 100% say that.
Do you get it in that nice little glass and just
sip?
I
don't do the sugar rim though. I can't do that. And I don't do the frozen one. I got to do it on the rocks.
Yeah, I can't do the frozen.
I've done the salt. I've done the salt.
Yeah.
Haven't done the sugar rim.
Salt on
usually get the salt one on there.
What did I do?
You just our headphones.
There we go.
We're still going. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Devin said 100% on purpose. They have brewer's extension license. Can only be PA beer. So good info on Devin. Thanks for
good on you, Devin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, solid info there.
Yeah, and then they've got R5 Wines that opened up next door to them. So it's a nice wine spot.
Oh yeah, they have that's a big facility next to it too. Is like they have a big signage out front because that's how I kind of was like navigating to. I was like, I remember the firehouse being around here because I used to work for Molly McGuire's right when that opened, and I remember I was like, okay, I kind of remember where it is, and then I saw the winery first, and I was like, oh, it's right there.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about that because I do like a good red wine, and I don't know anything about it, so I think I'd like to do an episode and with like somebody and have them like just school us on it.
You might be on your own on that one.
Okay.
He'll walk over and get his
never,
watermelon margarita, and you'll just get your you'll just have your red teeth over there like a 45-year-old like stay-at-home mom who's just like drinking wine all day.
John's episode of Sex and the City at the winery.
I'm Samantha.
I'm such a Miranda.
Did the wine get me, or did I get the wine?
You know, I'll go on your side there, John. Every time it's seldom that I have wine, but every time I have wine, I'm like,
red.
Man, I like this.
Yeah,
and not even. I can go red or white.
Okay,
but I'm like, I like wine. You know, I don't know why. I know why I don't have it as much because I like beer a lot more. But
I know,
you know, I've had some good. There was one that I had recently that was I think it was a red wine aged in. Or maybe it was white. I can't remember. It was aged in tequila barrels.
Oh, okay. That might have been a white. I don't know about red wine and tequila. I've seen red wine and bourbon barrels before.
But it was something aged in tequila barrels, and it was really fantastic.
I think you told me it was a white because you went out of your way to tell me about this wine. Yeah. And Tom, don't pretend that we weren't cultured back in our early 20s, living together, kicking back wine.
Kicking back some Franzia.
Some high-end
fine
Franzia. A nice bladder of wine, all right? Nothing hits the spot more like a nice bladder of wine. Just slap the back, guys.
I thought Mad Dog 2020 was going to enter the chat here in a second.
Yeah. Mad Dog has entered the chat. You guys want to make bad decisions?
You guys want to wake up in a strange place? Yeehaw! So let's talk to you guys about your podcast. So how did you guys get into doing a craft beer podcast?
Go ahead, John, so take the lead there.
Yeah. So I feel like I haven't been into craft beer all that long, even though it's been a little bit of time now. But when I got into craft beer and had that beer experience, that was like, whoa, I just want to try everything. I started like reaching out on social media groups and beer groups on Facebook and stuff. And I wanted to organize a beer share, right? Like a bottle share. So I set up this bottle share at a restaurant nearby, and a buddy of mine owned it and was running the kitchen, and he had this great party room downstairs, and he wanted to grow his restaurant also. So he said, have everybody pay $10 to get in. I'll give you guys a shit ton of food.
Pizza, wings, cheesesteaks.
Sometimes like it was ungodly the amount of food. Like people would leave with like 5 or 6 clamshell, whatever boxes each. Ooh. But so yeah, we started doing this beer share, and it was a blast. And we just had so much fun sitting around bullshitting and just talking about anything, and especially the beer. And I love this brewery. Everything I've had from them is great. And we realized we could just talk about it so much. We're like, man, we gotta turn this into a podcast. And my brother at the time was doing the Might Be News Network, which we're still a part of. We're still coming out on the network, but he was really doing a lot of shows, and he was a big podcaster. So we kind of jumped onto his network and started doing a beer podcast.
And his first episode of his podcast was Might Be News, which it was all kind of news related. They started a sports show, Might Be Sports, which is where Might Be Brews comes from, the kind of play on the different episodes.
Got it. So that's the NB network, right? That he's
Yes.
got.
Yeah, MBN Network,
MBN
Might Be
Network.
News Network.
Nice.
Very cool. I feel like that's something like we haven't got into, like organizing bottle shares.
I know we
can
we
shares.
really have just been slacking on that. I mean, we started our craft beer podcast during a pandemic, so it's like
Yeah.
bottle shares were a little hard to do.
Yeah. We were like, hey, we're going to start a craft beer podcast. And then the world was like, pandemic.
Yeah.
we really started it just so we could drink together
Yeah.
over the
Sure.
pandemic, like virtually.
It was interesting for us because, you know, we loved just hanging out, talking about it. And us, you know, it never was going to be this beer podcast where we were talking to breweries. We just would have like a different beer friend on. So it was me and Mr. Steve. We'd have another friend on. We'd all bring a beer. So it was kind of like a little mini beer share. We would talk about all the beers that we were having and whatever was going on, you know, around us. And then what was the first one? Levante?
Levante was the first
Yeah,
brewery. that we
Levante
had.
was like, hey, I saw you guys are doing a podcast. We'd, you know, love to be on. We're like, that'd be the most amazing thing. Like, I never expected that ever.
Yeah.
And so they came on first and they were just like hugely supportive of us and brought us a bunch of beer. And we were like, this is, you know, more than we ever thought would ever happen from this. And then it kind of just kept, you know, the momentum kept going. We really enjoyed having a brewery on. And then we just ended up making so many friends throughout the local beer scene between breweries and just people in the industry that, you know, we just kept having more and more people on and people were reaching out and they get excited like, hey, we've got this big event coming up, or we've got a new menu, or we've got a new brewer, whatever the case might be. And then they reach out and like, hey, you know, we want to come on the show and try to help push that. So I really like that dynamic that we have, or that I like to think that we play a really cool role in the industry. Hopefully, you know, I would love to say that we've got thousands and thousands of followers and listeners and everything. Right. But I think that when you have a really good experience at a brewery, it makes the beer better. And I hope that we can kind of bring that to people where they get to know the brewer, they get to know everything that went into building their space, what their history is, and maybe find something that resonates with them, you know, with whoever's watching, with the brewer or the people that are on the podcast. And we can just help maybe build that brand up a little bit, or whatever it is, so that it just, you know, makes the experience better for whoever ends up visiting them.
And everybody's got great stories. Even if just being in this industry for a small amount of time, you're going to have a great story. Just the guy from Thompson Island, hearing about his time over in Europe and the brewing that he was doing over there, I had no idea that story was going to come out until we started telling it, because we didn't really like pre-interview the guy or anything. But just hearing these different tales that people tell, I think really resonates with a lot of different people to hear those stories and then connect it to an experience where you might go there and try the beer or the food, I think is a nice combination.
Yeah, it brings a story to the beer. Like when people are coming to the brewery, you know, after listening to maybe an episode, there's, you know, a little bit more of a, you know, story behind it. It makes it a little bit more of a kind of a special outing for like people who may have heard the podcast. They heard about Thompson Island and they're going there knowing like, hey, there's a really cool backstory to some of these recipes based on, you know, what I heard on Might Be Brews. So it's awesome, like, to do that podcast and support local businesses and stuff like that on like this kind of scale. It's, you know, you might, like you said, we're not, you know, thousands of followers or anything, you know, we're not posting like a ton of photos and getting a ton of followers from that and like the, you know, social media kind of like, you know, beer people that we see all the time, but like, you know, we're having fun. We're putting stories behind the beers and stuff. And it's a good time.
I always hope that we're like, that we're kind of giving a little bit of an education to people. Like I
Definitely.
put myself in like the listener's shoes. Like I never knew about any brewers. I never knew about any like the brewing process going on. So I always thought it would be very interesting to hear from the brewers that are brewing the beer that you're drinking.
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
About, you know, talking about the beer that you're drinking.
Yeah, there's a story behind it. So
Yeah.
definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, that's the best, when you're actually drinking one of their beers with them and have them talk about, you know, that recipe or what's going on, because neither of us really have any brewing experience. So like, I don't know, I couldn't drink something and be like, man, you know, I get a lot of Cascade in this one, you know, or something like that. Like I could never do that, but I don't know. I think that it is really cool to be able to drink a beer with somebody that made it and have them talk about it and just kind of share that with them.
Yeah, it's great having that validation when you say something like, I'm getting a lot of like the grapefruit, and they're like, yes, that's exactly what, and like, you're like, yes, cool, I got it.
I just try and read the
Up one up.
descriptions before we interview, and then I just
Yeah.
Oh, is this tastes like a little bit of El Dorado on,
Yeah.
on
Mouthfeel.
really get the overripe strawberry rind really comes through on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm pulling a scam because like I just imagine that people expect us to be experts and we're not. We just really like beer and like having a good time.
That
And I wish-
resonated so much with us.
yeah, I really wish that like I could get some. I want to have somebody on that's like what do they call it? A cicerone.
Cicerone.
Yeah. So yeah, like have one of those guys on and really like try to school us a little bit because I feel like every time that I have a good beer, I'm like, it's hoppy, it's balanced, and that's about all I can say about it.
I like the
that's it.
mouthfeel.
Yeah,
That was actually our first official craft beer
Yeah,
episode. We had a craft beer Cicerone on
nice.
from a restaurant in Reading called Beer Wall and Penn. He's now at Beer Wall and Prince, but he's the head chef down there at Beer Wall and Prince in Lancaster. He's a certified Cicerone, so he kind of gave us a nice little education on the beers that we had there.
And the owner of Beer Wall is a master Cicerone.
He is a master Cicerone.
Yeah, which are few and far between. But we are.
We crushed that 4% beer.
How are you guys doing with your banana pudding Hefeweizen?
I've moved on.
Yeah, we put that down.
Yeah, since moved on. Let's
Yeah.
move on, Tom.
Let's move on, Daniel.
We went a little bit more classic for our second
hell
one.
yeah!
We busted out the Storm King from Victory.
You know what I'm realizing? If we keep now that we're in a new space, we said that we're in a new area for podcasting. We should have a little bit of a higher table here because I feel like we could fit
the beers
the
across.
beers right across the screen.
That would look cool.
Or
And
a
people-
shelf
yeah.
here, maybe.
There'd be like hash marks as you guys go across the beers there.
Yeah, the people would see.
I'm excited to see what you do after 4.
We doing this one or are we doing Lake?
Oh yeah, we're doing late.
So I'd like to hear about you guys. You said you started in the pandemic, but when did you come up with the idea and how did you kind of get things rolling?
So the original idea for the podcast, it was originally going to be called Defend Yourself.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a comedy debate podcast.
Okay.
And the first
that mean-
I like that idea.
Does that mean debate about comedy or a debate that's very funny?
a debate that's very funny.
Okay.
We could debate
Chris
comedy.
Rock is the best stand-up of all time. Let me tell you why.
That would go 4 episodes deep and we'd be done.
Yeah.
No, we started completely different. And if you go back and listen to the first, I would say like 5 to 10 episodes.
Yeah, it was a lot of comedy and conspiracy theories. We did drink beer on the podcast, and we briefly talked about what we were drinking, and we were kind of craft beer stands, so we always talked about craft beer, and thought we knew what we were talking about, and it got to the point where we kept talking about beer so much that we agreed like, why don't we just make this a craft beer podcast and just try and be funny? Because we weren't funny. It's just a comedy podcast.
Right.
We're not that funny, but to like fill it in with some beer knowledge and some like, dick and fart jokes every now and then,
we were
make a
just
pretty
gonna
good
have
podcast.
we were just gonna have our friends on and do like a funny debate podcast. And Dan's idea was like, oh, I'll just bring some beer over. We like craft beer. Let's start talking about it.
Yeah, I'll just pull whatever I had in my fridge. I'm like, I'm bringing some beer over.
I think our first one was Nugget Nectar.
Yeah, we did Nugget Nectar.
And we would, briefly go into that, like Dan said, and eventually we started talking about beers more, rating them. And it's funny because we prefaced everything with, we are not experts in
We are not.
We're just talking about what we're drinking and how we feel about that. So we were doing like craft beer ratings on Untappd.
I like what Mike says right here, because I feel like craft beer does lend to some I would say comedic debates right there, because obviously we didn't know what we were talking about, but also like craft beer preferences and like just the craft beer trends. Yeah, there are some comedic debates out there on what people think craft beer is, or what like people try to like put craft beer into like certain categories and stuff.
Yeah. So we ended up starting to talk to, we really concentrated on people on Instagram.
Yeah,
like Instagram.
We had
beer
like craft beer
influencers.
followers
Yeah.
started following us, so
Yeah.
we started like reaching out to them. Like you guys kind of started with like your friends and like craft beer people who were just like buddies of yours, and then kind of it just regressed on to, I guess, our first.
Stickman.
Stickman was our first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had Ethan from Stickman on as our
Oh my
first.
god, we were so excited for that. Too.
I know we were stands.
We had a huge list of questions. I was like up, like typing, like cigarette in my mouth, like typing up questions.
I would say like a percentage of the reason I moved to Royersford was because of my proximity to Stickman.
Oh wow.
That was I was like, "Ooh, Stickman's like 5 minutes down the road. This is pretty cool. I like this house."
And he's such a good podcast guest.
Yeah, he has
He
zero
has hard
filter.
opinions,
Yeah.
zero filter, and he's just 100 miles an hour from go.
Yeah, just he's so jaded to the beer industry. But
Oh yeah.
such a wealth of knowledge, and really great.
We haven't had him on yet, but I'd love to. But part of me wants to play the villain because I know how he is.
Yeah.
Even though I agree with like 95% of what he says, I just think it would be hilarious
Yeah.
to battle back from the
I'll
other
do that.
side.
I'll just be like,
To be a heel for Ethan. Oh yeah.
Hazy's
come in with,
only.
like, so many adjuncts and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So lactose is one of my favorite things. So.
I mean, why would I not listen to the Untappd ratings?
Yeah.
These people drink the beer. They know. He'd be like,
Just talk about the beer that you're drinking of his. You're like, yeah, I mean, I really like this, but like, I don't like stouts too much, so I'm gonna give it like 1 star on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not my style.
It's not my
what-
style. I'll
if you
still
put
rate it. then.
1 star.
if you put lactose in this lager and really hazied it up, wouldn't it be better?
Yeah.
I noticed your West Coast is really clear.
Yeah. I don't know.
What did you do wrong in the brewing process that I can see through this beer? And there's
Oh
just
my
this,
god, I'm just
bitter
imagining.
back note to it.
Oh,
There
the
was that
hatred.
whole. Do you remember that last year?
Yeah.
With what? Not Double Deuce.
No, it was they cleared up. It was the one with the bathtub on the cover with the sensible portions. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they did a different brewing style and sensible portions, and they cleared it up a little bit, but still like it was just like a different recipe attempt, and people
It was
just
better.
yeah, it was
It tasted
it was a
better.
lot better. Yeah, I would say that one when they went into that new style of brewing, like really like jumped out. It was awesome.
And,
Double Deuce had to go back to its normal haziness though. That
There
was
wa-
a good one.
There was Ethan had a whole diatribe on Instagram about the haze flavor.
Like 8 slides on the
Yeah.
story.
They were getting. It was like right in the midst of the pandemic haze craze.
Yeah. So
Uh,
he had a hill to die on with that one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what do you guys drink? You guys are drinking Storm King over there.
Yeah.
You know, I normally am not crazy about this beer, but I don't know what's going on with me today, but this is tasting like one of the best stouts I've had in a long time.
To me, bitterness back in stouts is refreshing.
Yeah.
And this is a very bitter stout. It's
Yeah.
not a sweet stout. It's definitely not a pastry stout. And to
Yeah,
me,
It's just an
it's
imperial
just
stout, right?
makes me want to come back to it. Yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
imperial.
Talking about the spress.
Yeah. So
That's,
yeah,
that's all I'm getting in this.
yeah, roasted malts. That's like an imperial stout in its purest form, man. It's just you're getting that roastiness right there in the malt character.
Delicious.
You know, this used to be the top rated beer on Beer Advocate.
Yeah.
Like before the Heady Toppers and all those of the world, this was like the
An
number
OG.
1 beer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Storm King.
It's weird that it's like seasonal now, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it was just sitting. You know, who's buying a case of Storm King in July?
Isn't that what's crazy about the industry? How like things are so popular and then there's just so many options out there that some of the OGs just don't get the love or at least the sales that they used to.
No.
Yeah, I agree. It's I guess saturated almost with
Yeah.
how many so many smaller breweries that like these I always called them the old guard, like the breweries that we all kind of got brought up with, like your Victories, your Sly Foxes, your Trogs,
Yeah.
all of like they were like the old guard of craft beer who just
Yeah.
like they stood the test of time, and they're just basically surrounded by a lot of smaller breweries that are getting a lot of hype off of
They were the breweries that were in the pizza shop next to the 3, domestic.
Yeah, you had your domestic side, and then you had that little part of the cooler where you're like, oh, I can get what we used to get
Troganator.
Troganator. What was the Baltic Thunder? What was
Yeah,
the
Baltic Porter. Yeah.
the Baltic
Yeah.
Porter from Victory. It was called Baltic Thunder, I think,
Mhm.
or something like that.
Mhm.
That one was amazing.
Yeah,
They brought
Storm
that back
King,
for
Dirt
their
Wolf.
Dark Wednesday. They had some Baltic on tap.
Did they?
They did.
Oh, that's
Was
awesome.
good.
It was very tasty.
I bet.
Troganator was the one though.
Yeah, Troganator was definitely the one. And then we had Yards Brawler too.
Yeah,
That
Yards
was,
Brawler.
like Yards is another old guard. There's
Mhm.
these, they were they were bigger, and they started getting bigger as these other smaller breweries started like kind of filling in.
Yeah, when we first started drinking beer, it was like we were like kind of the original haze craze, but we were with dark beers. We were like, we need it darker,
Yeah, and I
more
just
viscous.
I enlisted in the IBU wars, and I just wanted anything that was just like cat piss resin. I wanted the heaviest IPAs you could find.
I talk about the bitter wars of
Mhm.
what was that, like 2012, 2013? The pallet wreckers.
Yeah, the IBU wars. I always call it, it's like
120s.
anything above 100, you can't tell the difference. So
Yeah, you can't tell anything, but they're just this is 700 IBUs. You got to get it.
it was like Hop Slam and all those.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hop Su-
hog.
Yeah, Hop Suplex.
Yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Well, it's still around.
Did they? I thought they got
Had to change the label.
They had to change the label. Yeah.
The Ultimate Warrior needed his cut.
That was such an awesome label. That was the first time I heard of any brewery getting a C&D.
Yeah, that was the first.
Like Vincent McMahon was looking at that, like, not on my watch.
Part of me really likes that beers do those kind of fun labels and kitschy and bring back our childhood. Part of me is like, no, you can't steal other people's property. Like, what are you thinking? You can't do that.
Yeah,
But,
no,
like,
I mean, it makes perfect sense. But yeah,
my favorite one was I had a buddy that used to work for the Colony Meadery up in Allentown. So they made these meads, and I said, yo, why don't you make a Joel M. mead?
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, that's a great idea. What flavor should it be? And there was all these rumors about Joel drinking Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
So we made it a Shirley Temple flavored mead. And I was like, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be this huge hit, right? He sends me a picture of the label, and it's Joel. Like, there's no hiding it. He said it was out for like half a day before the C&D came in.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
You have to do it like, you have to do it somehow where people go, they can see what it is.
But
It's kind of like Lost Tavern did it. They did the step over, like
Mhm.
Iverson step over, but they
Mhm.
did it like almost like a mosaic a little
Yeah.
bit, or like a watercolor.
There's a beer that was released or announced today that could potentially get C&D'd
Oh, yeah.
from a local brewery by you, Dan.
Oh, really? Which one?
I'll bring it up. I'll bring
Okay.
it up. I don't want to name names. I don't want to be that guy.
But there's another one in Locust Lane. They do a good job with their mosaics on their labels.
the Game Day IPA.
The game days,
Yeah,
yeah.
game day, yeah. And I mean, they do so many things for like Penn State and like Thon and everything. So I feel like Penn State would like look the other way, especially Locust Lane is, I believe, a road right by their fraternity in Penn State.
Yeah,
That's what it's
it is.
named
Yep.
after.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they already had that label out last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, dude, that beer rules.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's
Bell Schnickel Shoe Fly
Fly
Pie Ale from Stickman is coming out this week. And it's, if you guys are familiar with The Office, so it's Dwight as Bell Schnickel.
not really coming through, but yeah, I get excited when I saw that because I was always excited when Lancaster put out the Shoe Fly Pie Porter.
Yeah.
That was like
Old guard right there
Yeah.
too.
Wait, what do we got here? VOH, FYI. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I thought it was something. I thought it was an inside stick for you guys.
Nope.
Nope.
What does that stand for?
I don't know.
Did we just get a cease and desist?
We might.
Are we still on the internet?
Check your email.
Somebody Google that and put in the comments what VOH stands for.
What does VOH stand for? Let us know.
I'm going to Phoenixville on Wednesday, but yeah, I always pass Stickman at 113 and 401, but they're never open when I'm there.
Yeah, I don't know what their hours are there. I mean, I'm a Roarsford stan, so I always go to that one. So I'm not sure what 113, but I know they have all of the hours on their website because I had to check the other day when I had off too. But yeah, that's a great one to pass through. Their menu is kick ass at that location on 113 and 401.
Yeah, I'd like to actually have a beer there. That'd be fantastic. So were you a Phoenixville guy that went to Royersford? You were talking about Molly Maguire's and Rebel Hill and all this stuff. So
I grew up outside of like both towns. Actually, I grew up
Okay.
like in the O&J, like Bucktown area.
Yep.
And I partied a lot in Phoenixville. I did some bar backing. Tried to be a bartender in Phoenixville. It didn't really work out. And then I came back and started bartending at Rebel Hill, and kind of became just started doing that. So I've always been in the area. So like the craft beer, I've always been a fan of Stickman. I mean, fell in love with Rebel Hill when I started having their beers. One of the reasons I wanted to get a job there is because I like their beer. So I wouldn't work at a brewery that I didn't like their beer. So
I'd like to. I haven't been there. I've had a couple of their beers, I guess, at festivals, but I haven't actually been to Rebel Hill. And the place that I go every once in a while, do some consulting work, and it's like right across the street from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like looking at the west side, Rebel Hill sign.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, stop in anytime.
So it's always early. I'm always there and leaving before lunchtime usually.
I got the answer, guys. VOH.FYI is a spam bot comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I think it takes you to a porn site.
It does, because you just popped it up. I literally he had it on his other monitor, and it was just like tits for a second. I was just like,
You were like, what's going on over there?
Like, who
I'm
we
like-
talking to, Aslan?
I was like, Tom's on a mission here, typing out. All of a sudden, it was just like tits. I'm like, what are you doing over there? Listen to this conversation.
I didn't think you were announcing your side gig yet, Mr. Steve.
Yeah, my OnlyFans. I gotta tell you guys.
Oh, come
it's
on.
coming out.
I've been trying to put out
pay you.
OnlyFans.
I pay you not to look at me.
So we were trying to get the website Only Cans so we could do premium beer content, but obviously Only Cans is domain's already taken. So.
Yeah, we tried. Harry was gonna buy it for us.
Yeah, we had a friend who was gonna float the dough for the domain, and we were gonna make Only Cans a thing. It's gonna be premium beer content.
Genius.
I was gonna just sell. It was gonna be beer cans and feet pics. I was just gonna make a selling off of it.
Hey, just take a little percentage, like a credit card.
I got these cute little hobbit feet, so like I feel like I can make a buck.
There you go.
Oh, that's wild.
So we're drinking Lake by
New Trail.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a
right there.
little triple IPA action. Does not drink like a triple, FYI.
No,
So this beer, what is it?
10.5%.
Okay.
So I had it up here before I was porn spammed. Lake is a hazy triple IPA brewed with pillowy oats, deeply hopped with Amarillo, Simcoe, and HBC 472. HBC 472 is an experimental hop known for sweet fruit, woody coconut, and brilliant vanilla characteristics. Expect notes of sweet stone fruit, high tropicals, and deep orange.
Yeah. So one of our listeners did a little private chat to me over here about what VOH stands for.
What is it? What does it stand for?
Vagina or hand.
Oh,
That's why it takes you to a porn site.
gotcha.
Well, I know my choice.
Why is it vagina or hand for your information?
I don't know, but that was it.
All right. Who hit you on that?
I don't
completely
want
took me
to
off
call
track.
him out and have his wife get mad at him.
Okay. All right. Fair.
But he always kind of pops in every now and then.
Okay.
A friend of pre-podcast friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. This definitely does not drink.
Strong melon taste on this. I'm usually not a fan of the hazy IPAs that do like the strong melon rind, like almost like ripe cantaloupe. Just because I feel like it takes away from the bitterness. I'm more of like a grapefruit, citrus kind of
Like a bitter fruit.
Yeah, bitter fruit kind of IPA drinker for this. But I mean, for 10%, this is going down quick.
Yeah, it's got just a little tinge of booziness to it, but nothing that's standing out real big.
I don't know if it's gazing into that wonderful beard that Mr. Steve has over there that just has me drinking this down, but I don't know.
It's going down.
I just keep staring into his eyes and I look at that beard.
Um,
I feel like he has like an axe just leaning up against his chair right there. And he's just like, I'm just gonna go out and fell a tree, guys. I'll be right back.
I picked this up at there's I don't know, a beer bar.
I guess a bottle shop.
Yeah, technically, but they're a restaurant too.
Okay, so they have a bottle shop and a tap house.
Called Barley Mow in Reading, West Reading. and did not realize that it was a triple. I was just grabbing stuff, and I saw hazy, and I saw New Trail, and I was like, this should be good.
Yeah, standard issue. I feel like New Trail kind of excels in that region. They put out like 8 almost every release. So,
and I got home and I looked. I was like, triple. Bummer.
You're not the big triple.
Yeah, I'm not a huge triple guy.
I'm not either. I can't remember a triple that I've actually really enjoyed.
Yeah, I was
not too often.
I was not big. The big one was it Pointing North?
Pointing North was I would say
Levante and New Trail.
That wasn't a triple though. That was they called it an Imperial, but it was still 10%.
Okay. So it was essentially a triple.
Yeah, it was a triple. They didn't like market it as that.
That was like the big hype. It was hype, and then there was the people that were like, "This is garbage, worst beer ever."
Yeah,
they did Pointing South recently, didn't they?
They did Southwest, North, East, Southwest.
So they did Pointing South right after North, and then they did an East Coast IPA Pointing East, and they just did Pointing West, which was a West Coast IPA. And I mean, they finished strong on a West Coast. That was a really good West Coast on that. The New Trail and Levante collaboration on that. So I believe it's still available at Levante, and I saw it at New Trail when I was up there like a few weeks ago too. So,
I don't know if you saw, I was struggling with this cork, and I was expecting it to make this grand, huge pork pop. I was like,
dude, you were very brave opening that. I swear, every time I grab one of these, I take the what do you call this guy?
Cage.
Take the cage off. And every time I do, I immediately put my hand over the cork just in case. Like he like took this off and then was just holding it open-ended with the cork there. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
it was always towards you.
Like, this is here for a reason, right? Like, there's a chance this thing's going to pop. Like, so I'm always like extreme caution. Like, as soon as this thing moves off the top of the bottle, I'm putting my hand right over the cork. And I'm going to, take the cork off very carefully away from everything just in case it explodes. So I commend your bravery, I guess.
I knew what was up.
Mr. Steve's down there just staring down the barrel of a Red Ryder BB gun, just like, hey, what's up?
I just aimed it at my beard and it would have caught anything.
What's wrong? I got 2 eyes.
So you guys are going with corked beers there. So what are you guys drinking?
Yeah, you were talking about Trogue, so I figured let's bust out a bourbon barrel aged Flying Mouflon, the barley wine aged in bourbon barrels, bottle 2017.
Oh, wow.
It's an OG.
Well, you had me at bourbon. Now you had me at 2017.
A little pandemic action.
A lot of booze on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of booze. What'd you say? Did you say the ABV?
I did not. I'm sure
I think it's 11 and change.
11.5.
I don't know if I like the nose on it. It's reminding me of something that's
it smells rugged.
Boozing it up over here.
It definitely smells rugged.
Smells rugged.
It smells like something
I drive here, so I usually like, let's keep it light.
It kind of smells like that old horizontal that we had from like 10 years ago.
The old Horizon.
Old Horizon, yeah.
These guys let me call old horizontal Old Horizon for like an hour and a half. Nobody corrected me, and I'm listening back to the episode like, what is wrong? Why did nobody say, hey, stop right now? You're saying it wrong, correct me, and then move on.
We were all drunk on Old Horizontal.
Mike Fisher wants to know how that 2017 held up.
I haven't gotten into it.
I haven't tasted it. I keep smelling it, and it smells like something that,
just smells like the inside of a barrel.
It smells like every men's like personal care product anymore.
Bourbon.
No, I want to say like it reminds me of something that
bourbon.
Like I've scraped off of my shoe.
It tastes smoother than it smells.
Yeah,
it doesn't taste as harsh.
Yeah, barley wine in it like a bourbon barrel should be pretty smooth. You're gonna get what, a little bit of heat from the booze, a little hot on your lips probably.
I feel like I'm getting a little oxidation.
Like that.
A little hot on the lips there.
Yeah, no, it's actually not as hot as, I mean, it is old, but I'm not getting a ton. I mean, I'm getting bourbon, but I'm not getting like a liquor hotness.
Yeah, I'm not getting
It's very smooth and a little thin almost, you know. I'm even though it's a big beer, somehow just the way that the balance is maybe falling off, that like it kind of is just like big sweet caramelly, bourbon flavor up front, and then it just kind of dives off and just feels a little bit of thin and watery at the end.
That's nice that the age kind of mellowed it out a little bit, I guess.
We might be like a year or two too late.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't like 2 years usually the sweet spot? I'd say for a barrel aged beer. Yeah, like after you buy it, like let it sit for like 2 years usually before cracking it. That's usually a sweet spot. That's what I've been told. So,
Guess those that quad that I have from 2000 is not going to be good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just had like, it was one of those things where I had a couple of beers that were like in the back fridge. Like it's weird. I've got 2 beer fridges, and like one of them just like beers never leave. It seems like
It's like
they
the
get left
Hotel
behind.
California.
I put new beers in front of the other one. Yeah,
it's like the land of
go
misfit
in.
boys.
and they don't leave.
I feel like you're going to open that quad and there's just going to be spirits coming out. Like, ooh.
So I have one of the beers that got me into craft beer is a Belgian. It's not a quad, it's a strong ale, but it's basically a quad from Golden Corrales, Cuvée von Kaiserblau or something.
I thought you were going to end it
if you
there.
ever-
It was a beer from Golden Corral.
If you ever see a picture of a beer with a knight in the color blue, that's what it is. So I started collecting them. I have like 2010 through 2019, I think.
Oh, so you treat them like Hess trucks.
Yes, yes, I do. Adult Hess trucks. But one time I went to Shangy's up in Allentown, and they had a 2006 and they had a 2000 just sitting on the shelf. So I was like, I gotta buy this to see what it's like. I might bust that out at the next beer share, actually.
Yeah, we should do that. We were talking about beer shares earlier, and I kind of want to bring one back too, because I feel like we started podcasting and it became a beer share a little bit, and then we were just getting together a lot. But I feel like, well, obviously pandemic related, but now that it's, a lot of us are vaxxed or whatever, I don't know. I just would like to see us get back together and maybe do that every once in a while. But there's poker, there's podcasts, there's like a million other things going on, but we should try to figure a way to do that, every other month, maybe something like that.
Gotta find a spot.
Yeah.
It's just something nice of like to do and not have to be like, oh, we're not recording, we're just hanging out and enjoying some beer, enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, no. Why do we have to be online? Everybody, leave your phones at the door. It's like a swinger party. We'll have that little fishbowl. Put your phones in here, guys.
Just worry about VOH. That's all. That's all you gotta worry about. VOH.
I'm going to introduce myself to everyone. Hey, what's going on? VOH?
VOH share.
VOH?
I'm just imagining that's when you get to the bottom of that 2000 Belgian. Where's VOH? Anybody up for a little VOH?
We need a beer collab with somebody and have it be a VOH style something.
Yeah, but it's got to be like, we got to line that up. Like it's got to be, Vic's Secret.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's an O.
I'm sure there's going to be a hop out there called
Well,
like
you could
Obsidian or something.
You could do oats for like the mouthfeel right there. So.
Yeah.
Vic's Secret, oats, and I don't know.
Color towel.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Ooh. That's not going to swim well.
No. You just call it VOH and it's like virtue of hops.
Yeah. Ooh,
There you
I
go.
like that. I like that.
Have VOH on it real big. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You guys have all good ideas. The websites, the beer names.
Idea man.
Idea guy.
All right, Dan, you want to get into this?
Yeah, let's get another crispy guy.
Get a little crispy here. We're gonna go a little haunted house action.
Oh yeah, we're this one's haunted, so it's possessed. Do you have glasses?
Do you want to grab the
Okay.
the whiskey glasses back there?
Yeah.
For my whiskey bar that hasn't been touched in about a year.
I'd like to do that too. I'd like to do a whiskey tasting with somebody. I think that would be a lot of fun.
There's a place up
You
in
had me at whiskey tasting. Hello.
there's a place up in where is it? Peddler's Village. That
New Hope-ish.
Doylestown, yeah.
Is it Doylestown? No,
Yeah,
New Hope is Peddler's Village is in New Hope.
Ish. Yeah. I think so.
But there's a place up there that you can brew your own or make your own bourbon, and they like barrel it up for you. Like it's like a lot of like bachelor parties do it and stuff, but I'm sure you can just get a bunch of people together and do a bourbon batch, and then you barrel it, and then later you go up and you taste it.
We were just talking about something like that recently, right?
We were talking about like a homebrew one-stop shop, like
Yeah, like
people come to you to brew beer.
yeah, I was like, man, I never even considered that business already exists, but I don't know any around us. But like, imagine if, you know, you and 5 or 6 buddies could pay a fee to come in on a Saturday and brew with somebody and then come back in 2 weeks and have your beer.
It's like one of those dumb wine and painting places, but it's like for guys.
You said the exact same.
Like the painted plate, but with beer.
Yeah. But we're
You
brewing, it's
probably
dudes.
charge whatever.
Yeah.
$50 a person, maybe. I don't know. That probably doesn't even cover like,
Dude,
you
if
know,
you just
if
call
they're like, we want a double dry hop, you're like, okay.
if you just call it dude shit, and just people just go, I'm going to dude shit to brew a beer with my buddies. I'm gonna brew a beer, probably make a shelf. It'll be a good time.
Carpentry, brewing, and axe throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw some axes in there.
We're gonna brew a beer, probably change the oil in my Acura. You know,
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
Learn how to properly oil my beard.
You know, honey, it's dude shit.
Yeah.
Cheers, man. So we
Awesome.
are going to be cracking into Adept by Hidden River Brewing Company. So this is a New Zealand Pilsner hopped with NZ Cascade, Pacifica, and Nelson Sauvignon. Freshly baled. I love their descriptions because this is going to get real corny right now.
Okay.
Freshly baled alfalfa, lime peel, and white pepper, honeysuckle, crisp, clean barley, earthy resins through finish.
Hey guys, don't try and forget that we fired our whole kitchen staff during the pandemic.
Oh, goddamn.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Yeah. It's also nice to have a hidden river beer that isn't an IPA.
That's true.
But didn't we just have we just had another New Zealand Pilsner, didn't we?
Yeah, we had Sick Man's experimental.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I like New Zealand hops. I think every time I have a New Zealand beer, I think every time I say this too. Every time somebody brings up New Zealand, I'm like, I think I like New Zealand beer.
You like a beer down under.
So Brazilian or not Brazilian, New Zealand and Australian hops have been like huge right now with breweries because of contracts. There's a ton of them going out for the last almost year. Like people have been able to get New Zealand and like Australian hops. I mean, obviously Galaxy from Australia is huge. Like everybody wants Galaxy. It was the dankest hop. It's gone through a lot of changes, but you know, it was the most sought after one of those like high end, I would say like bougie hops right there.
Yeah.
But New Zealand hops, you know, people got in these contracts because everyone likes New Zealand hops in their IPAs, but they had these contracts where it's like, how many New Zealand IPAs can we make before we have to switch to something else? New Zealand Pilsners, Root Down talked to us about it, and they did a New Zealand Helles. So they did like a Helles lager with New Zealand hops, and it was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really like the industry, like, you know, trying to like cope with the fact that, hey, we have a ton of New Zealand hops. How can we not make another hazy?
Yeah.
What Suburban, what Xanadu had a bunch of New Zealand hops in it.
It
right?
did, yeah. Contracts.
Yeah, and contracts, and the yield. This year's yield has been very good,
Oh,
very
yeah.
tasty.
New Zealand. I mean, it was so good that when New Trail did 5 different flannel weathers, all with New Zealand hops, different New Zealand hops. They did 5 variations. So yeah, dry hop Prima Pills from Victory that had Motueka in there. That was a New Zealand hop.
Man, you guys know your shit. I'm impressed by the hop knowledge.
I have a boner for New Zealand hops. So
Did you guys try the double dry hop Prima?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had Rich from the Victory in Philadelphia. He's the guy who kind of like headed the experimental systems at Victory. We had him on the podcast, and he brought the last trial of dry hop Prima Pills before the one that actually went to market.
He gave us like 6 crowlers.
That guy, Jesus! I had to Uber back from Tom's house here because we had like 6 crowlers of experimental beer. That guy, I mean, if you guys should definitely have him on. He's just interesting conversation all around. He loves podcasts.
So he's basically the head brewer, but he's the head brewer on like their pilot system.
Yeah, he does experimentals. Like, so we had a triple IPA, which was their Belgian Golden Monkey yeast in a hazy.
Triple Monkey.
Yeah.
Which was
It's a
really
lot of
good.
monkey.
We had the
yeah, they marketed it as their triple IPA, but EL at the Philadelphia location. It's pretty cool.
So Victory just opened up their new Philadelphia tap room, and Richie is doing all the brewing down there.
They're about to have their first releases on that
Yeah.
system soon.
So he's getting to do like all kinds of experimental stuff on a bigger system, more barrels.
Yeah.
And it's going to all be released through there. And I guess they're going to use that to, if something sells like wildfire, they're going to say, all right, well, now we're going to do it on the big system and, sell that like they did with the double dry hop Prima Pils.
Double dry hop Prima Pils was such a hit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're doing a little bit more of that stuff, it seems like, because I feel like they kind of lost their innovation a little bit over the past, 5-6 years. I know with the expansion and them trying to get, they're trying to get big, like not local big, like everywhere big.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see them trying to dip their toes back into that market a little bit.
They kind of started to rest on their laurels.
Mm-hmm.
They got comfortable. Yeah. I mean, when you get, like we said, you get that big, you're like the old guard and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's awesome. And they have they're about to have their first releases from that system, and it's going to be incredible. Like they're going to do a hazy. They're doing a Dunkel, a dark lager. Well, we had it as the dark lager on the episode. Yeah. They market it now and they redid the recipe. It's going to be a Dunkel. So that's going to be pretty awesome to see.
It's called William Penn.
Talking about Philly?
I think he's talking about the Philly location.
They had a classic. It was like a classic lager, they called it. And then they had like a couple of other, they had a couple of the experimental ones we had. They had a strong lager that was pretty incredible. So it was like almost like an Imperial Marzen, like a 7% Oktoberfest.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
That's a good idea, actually.
It was pretty incredible.
That Brickworks in Delaware does an Imperial Pilsner that I just love. It's like their best beer, I think.
Nice.
You got to try that sometime.
Fish loves Dunkel. Dan and Tom love Dunkel.
I love how Mike Fisher talks to himself in the third person. He's like, Fish loves
and gave himself a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're it's funny, we were talking before the podcast. This is kind of like an opposite like beer take for us, because Dan brought the Crispies and I brought a triple IPA and an adjunct stout.
I have a drought of adjunct beers in my fridge right now because I've gone through them all, and I've gone through them, and now I just have a bunch of Crispy Boys because I know like the hops aren't going to fall out as fast, and they're not as like quick as like a drink fresh. I can keep them in the fridge and get back to them, and some of these were relatively new, so I had to bring them in here. But this New Zealand is just super
refreshing,
super crisp. The floral and the citrus notes that you're getting from the hops that were chosen for this. You get a lot of like white grape from the Nelson Sauvin. Like you get a dryness to it, like a white wine, white grape kind of finish to it. It's beautiful. Yeah,
this is just like you said. This is a beautiful beer. It's really drinkable. What's the ABV?
Low, baby, 4.8.
So crush it. You can just burn through these.
And we've been burning through them.
Yeah, super clear. Just real crispy, real tasty.
I got really thirsty thinking about Mr. Steve's OnlyFans, so I started drinking really fast.
VIP 30% off this week only.
So what
Venmo you.
What kind of beers do you guys tend to lean towards?
I really try to hit everything, but I do lean towards more. If I'm going into the beer shop today, I'm probably getting some sort of traditional lager pilsner, and that's just where I'm at on my beer evolution. I think a lot of people, they get into the industry, or not industry per se, but just trying different craft beers, and they get into a stout, or they get into the IPAs, and they get into this, and they go crazy, and then they kind of come off the other side, and then they start craving those cleaner styles, I'll call them. And I think that's kind of where I'm at in my beer drinking. I'll still try anything. I'll still try the banana bread pudding Hefeweizen, but I'm definitely leaning more towards lagers and kolsches and those sorts of things right now.
Yeah, I think I like, most styles of beer. I'll say most. And it really just depends on the mood, because there's times that I'm just in the mood for a crispy boy. There's times that I just love, lagers, pilsners, kolsches, things like that. And then a lot of times I really like hoppy stuff. So I'm going towards IPAs. I love hazies. I'll do hazies. I love stouts. you know, when you start getting towards those, what do we call them? Like a bready kind of funky yeasts. Some Belgians, you know, I'm not crazy about Hefeweizens. I'm not crazy about some wits. I'm not crazy
Triples.
about, triples or I think I like the Belgian, you know, raisiny type beers fine. But when you go towards like saisons, where they're kind of that, you know, bright but still still very bready and things like that, for some reason, like those yeasts and things just kind of turn me off. But for other than that, I mean, there's not really a style that I don't like.
It's like looking in a mirror, Dan.
I know. I just feel like I feel like Future Us just came in and was like, "Stop doing a craft beer podcast. You don't know what you're in for."
Yeah, no, Dan and I are the same way. I'm more like the traditional. I tend to lean towards the traditional more, and Dan's kind of the same way, like the farmhouse, the saison. You kind of steer a little more clear of.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of like the floral notes that come out of those. I mean, I did have a pretty good farmhouse recently. I mean, God, we just keep naming them, but I'm not going to name them. Get Stickman. They did a Kavik farmhouse that was awesome in their experimental series. But yeah, I usually kind of stray away from saisons, but I do like Belgians. Doubles, triples, quads, Belgian pales. As of like, we've had
it's
two
a newer style,
very good Belgian pale ales from two breweries in this area. And that was I guess a variety that I was new to and I just took to instantly.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like looking in a mirror. It's like looking in it's looking into a mirror. It's giving me faith that eventually I'll grow a beard. So I'm really excited.
One day, Dan, we'll be able to grow beards.
One day.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call you. I'm like, Tom, it's happening.
I feel bad though sometimes, like there's a lot, I don't know, I hear brewers talk so passionately about saisons, and like in most cases it's just not something that I like or that I can get into. You know, like Tired Hands, like saison hands, I feel like has like a lot more sour going on, and it's, you know, a lot more palatable. But like most saisons, I'm out on.
It's also such a wide style of beers that you can say.
Saison is so broad. Yeah. So because you can go more Brett and have like you said, sour, like it's a little more palatable for you to have more of that Brett saison, where like you're getting a little bit of that natural souring that doesn't come from like the kettle sour, or you're like the more popular methods, you're getting that natural fermentation sour going on.
And we've talked to a bunch of brewers, and like you know, the lagers and the pilsners are like they're the brewers' beers, but the saisons and the farmhouses are like the brewers' love letters to beer. It's like
their art.
Yeah, that's when they can really be a brewer. You know, there's a specific, like you said, there's a specific art form to brewing a saison or a farmhouse, and it's just they don't really sell, but you can throw them. They all throw, you know, now you throw them in the bomber bottles with the cork.
You say that at the lower, like I wouldn't say lower level, but at like the craft beer level, like saisons, like, you know, they don't sell, but they have their merits. But like you look at like breweries like Allagash, like they're doing it such a large scale, doing open air fermentation, and you know they're selling their, you know, not saisons, but like, you know, their Belgian wheat beers and things like that, like the Allagash White, just flying off of shelves and just flying out of taps. You
also look at like a pre-InBev Goose Island, Sophie. Their saison is
before Coors Light put Blue Mountains on it.
Yeah, that's their best beer, in my opinion. Sophie was like, anywhere I saw Sophie, I'm ordering that. It was like,
in my opinion, trash.
Whoa, all right.
Sophie and what was the other one you said?
Matilda.
No, the one with the other one that you said. I don't know. It was another. Allagash White. Trash. Straight trash.
Oh,
that's just me though. Like it's weird. Like I can, you know, drink a ton of other styles and be very, very happy, but for some reason those beers, like,
they hit you with the Homer Simpson boo.
Yeah, they did.
So if you guys are into saisons, a little place that I don't know if you've heard of or explored yet is the Seed down in Atlantic City.
We've had talks with them.
Yeah, we were kind of in the midst of scheduling. I know was it Hannah from Naked? She
Yeah.
was the one who got us like in contact with them.
I gotta
And
reach back out to him.
yeah, we got to reach back out to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be in this, or they're going to be in Pennsylvania soon, right?
I haven't heard that. Are they?
Are they? No, that was never mind. I'm thinking
Source.
Source. Yeah. I get Source and Seed, like all those S names out there. And
I'm not gonna lie, you got me a little excited there, and then you took it away.
Yeah, everyone always talks about the Seed as like this, they're just doing like beer the right way.
yeah.
Everything they make is so drinkable. When I've both times I've been down there, I think the highest ABV they had was like 7. But it's like a couple different saisons, a couple different pilsners, a Brett lager. They had an IPA or 2 on too, but it's just so drinkable, and just you said love letter to beer, like you can feel their love that they really craft their beers there, and it's really good.
Yeah, and you were at the Kennett Brew Fest, so did you have the grisette from Seed and Naked? So
We had
like touches.
everything like
Holy
touches.
shit.
Spectacular beer.
That was one of the best beers I've had this year.
we had Hannah on for a little bit from Naked, and that was one of the beers she brought over, was that grisette. Not a whole lot of grisettes going on in the world.
Not at all.
I think the one from Sly Fox was on
Yeah, I
my
was
head
gonna say Sly
years
Fox.
ago.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think I can name another grisette that you can buy.
No, I know like the Sly Fox, when they released the grisette, I'm like, well, now I got to go to the brewery.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't think they even release that in cans, do they?
They
did a while ago.
They did. I don't know if they do anymore. They used to have it in 12-ounce cans.
I don't know if they do, but I know this year I was like, I went to the brewery.
So
for
it's
that.
tough because they release so many, but like a lot of the because they have such a good distribution chain, a lot of the supermarkets didn't have like the ones that I wanted.
No.
Like the Christmas ale, like
No, it's the they don't have the Christmas ale.
I was so surprised. I was like, Wegmans doesn't have the Christmas ale? Yeah.
I'm doing you got to do the that gave me the James Franco from
Yeah.
the interview. Like
I
that.
never saw that. Is that a must watch?
The interview?
Yeah.
It's low key real good.
Yeah.
I like all those people.
It's just a ridiculous movie.
It's hilarious because they nail like the caricature of
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong-un.
yeah. But yeah, I could see like some of the ones that you really want from Sly Fox are going to be the ones that like they might not have it in the grocery store. Let's hold off on this one.
Okay.
Just for a second. But yeah, the Christmas ale, that's surprising.
Yeah. I mean, even the Oktoberfest, like I couldn't get it at a supermarket.
Like even the those are two that I would think would sell real hot in the supermarket. Especially like the Sly Fox Christmas ale, the can alone.
Yeah.
Trash.
They used to also do that in like a bomber size, and it would have like to and from like a little gift tag
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me why those aren't in grocery stores.
John's killing me over here.
Yeah.
I don't like those styles, man. I don't like those Christmas ales. It's like, what are you trying to do? You trying to bake a cake or make a beer? What's going
Anchor's Christmas ale every year is a
Yeah, Christmas
banger.
ales are great.
Some of them can be a little heavy-handed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can get that.
Well, on the opposite side, you have Shriner's holiday cheer that has the peaches in it, like the canned peaches. It's like a nice, like light, like drinkable, like beer.
Would you say there's millions of peaches?
Sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Peaches for me?
I've never had that one.
Oh no, you gotta have to get was it Shriner Cheer? Shiner. Yeah, sorry, Philly Shriners. Shiner Cheer. So
Like Shiner Bach, like that one.
yeah, it's same company. Yeah.
Okay.
So Shiner from Texas, they do Shiner Cheer. Probably one of my favorite like beers of the winter.
Celebration ale?
Yeah.
Come on.
Uh,
Come on,
You
John.
had Celebration.
do I?
You had
You're
Celebration.
about a celebration?
Yeah, it's an IPA.
on,
I mean, or it's a
The
dark
fresh
IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I like
Yeah.
the fresh hop IPAs. I just don't want like a Christmassy,
You don't
cinnamon,
want
nutmeg.
cinnamon. Yeah.
No, this isn't like a Christmas ale. This is just celebration just comes out like the year end.
Yeah.
No, I like Celebration.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like Celebration.
Of course.
Everybody likes celebration.
This is good. What is this?
So this is Dragon's Milk Reserve
Oh,
double bourbon barrel aged stout with Madagascar and Indonesian vanilla beans.
Fancy vanilla.
Fancy ass vanilla.
Look at
Um,
that.
What do you say we wrap this up and go over to Stream
Discord.
Only, do a little bonus
Do a little
time.
stream only.
Yeah, do a
We'll
little
cut the
bonus time.
audio.
Yeah, and cut
Okay.
the audio out.
What, we just dance there. What do we do?
So basically, we're just going to do a quick exit where we just kind of run through social media and stuff, and then
We reward
stay on the
the
stream. We
we
stay on the stream.
reward the stream viewers.
yeah,
We
we
turn the
record-
volume down and do just sign language.
You got to put those lights in with the pole.
This is
Pole
where
up
the
in the
this is
ceiling
where
here.
the,
There you go.
premium content comes from.
and you know, Fish, as he so properly named himself,
Fish.
Saint Bernardus Xmas Ale, proper Christmas beer.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Probably trash.
Ah,
Not at all. The real Christmas ale, Dan, we got it back there.
Oh, Merry Monks.
Merry Monks.
That's our quote Christmas ale.
Yeah. That's a Christmas beer.
That's the one we
I'll
have
try
every
it.
year.
If you recommend it, I'll try
A
it.
little Weyerbacher.
You've never had Merry Monks?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I've had Merrimack's. I don't know about you.
I don't know, man. We've done so much. It was maybe I have. I don't know. I stopped checking in on Untapped like 4 years ago.
But just got too much.
Yeah,
Merry Monks is like the Belgian.
I know
Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't know. I haven't gone out of my way to get it. Maybe I've had it at a share, but I can't confirm it. So I'll have to have it again.
It's the only banana I'll put up with.
Okay.
It's true.
All right. Why
Banana.
don't you guys do your thing?
Well, hit us with you. You know, what do you guys have coming up? What plugs do you guys want to do?
We are actually wrapped up for the season.
Yeah,
We're
done
going to
for the
be coming back in the new year hard and heavy. Maybe a change of release date. We're discussing
Yeah.
that. We'll throw that out for our listeners to chew on.
Yeah, we may not come out on Fridays anymore. We'll see. We're looking into that. But we've got
We're gonna have some funk brewing probably coming up here in the new year.
Oh, very
we
good.
got Funk Brewing.
And we're looking at the guys from a movie called Bottle Conditioned, which if you've seen any previews for is all about lambic. It's all about the spontaneous fermentation. They're setting up a movie, and we're going to try and talk to the directors about the project they got coming up.
Yeah, look it up on social media. Bottle Conditioned on like Facebook and Instagram. But there's a really cool trailer. They've got Trey Fontaine and Cantillon and all that stuff going on. But it looks like a really cool concept. Just talking about the history of lambic and how people are so passionate about it, but nobody was buying it, and how things have changed and what goes into just crazy aged beers like that. Really interesting. So the guy that's directing and putting this movie together is going to be a guest, hopefully in the new year.
Awesome.
They should have named it Lambic. Your smoothie sours are dumb.
Right? But yeah, thank you so much for having us on, and
Yeah, thanks for
it's been
doing
a
this.
blast, man.
Super
Having a
fun.
beer with you guys. I'm really impressed with your guys' knowledge. You're saying you're only doing this for a year, but you guys are aces and pros, and it's just an absolute blast to hang out with you. And
Just making that blush.
Just making me blush over here.
Yeah.
I was more impressed by having Pete Weber in their little intro that I hear. That's what I've gravitated
Hold on, where
towards
is
right away. The best clip in the world. Have you seen that? Do you know that?
Nope.
I'll show you that. I'll show you that.
All right, no, we'll bring it up in the.
Oh man, we got news. We got
More
another.
porn. More
More
porn in the
porn.
comments.
More porn in the comments.
We got more porn in the comments.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Fast.tech.
I don't know. I feel like anal's involved in this
super-
one.
Vagina and sex kites.
I don't know.
sex swings aren't enough. We upgraded to sex kites.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. Let's do our plugs, and then we'll get over to the bonus time. Which,
Yeah. Speaking of sex kites, let's go over to our bonus time.
guys, bonus time. Come on. Bonus time is the section of the podcast for the stream
Only
viewers.
So audio, we're bidding you adieu, and we're heading out. So let's. Oh, this is great. We have a lot of good.
The progression is there.
The progression is there. Guys, again, follow, rate, review, 5-star party, guys. Social media, Instagram and Facebook. We make it easy. It's at Best Friends Pod. That's Best Friends POD.
I feel so alive for the very first time.
Hell yeah. Guys, we have email too. We've been getting some great emails as of late. So don't discount email. Send us anything like, suggestions, anything you guys want to see on the podcast, it's bestbestfriendspod@gmail.com. That's bestbestfriendspod.
Yeah, if you want to send us beer, if you're a pod, or if you're a brewery from maybe, I don't know, the Massachusetts area that you want to be on the podcast, shoot us an email.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the works here. We're not done the season yet, so next week's going to be kind of our season closer.
Yeah.
So we have our Christmas episode.
Last year we did a fun Christmas episode. We like to do just Dan and I hanging out, and
yeah, we might have a special guest because we're going to be doing some stuff in the works this week. We got we're busy.
Yeah, busy. We're busy men. We're busy men with business.
We're busy bees. We have our 100th episode coming up here, so we've got a special little brewing journey ahead of us here soon, and we're going to be doing one for our 100th episode. So guys, stay tuned to our social media for that. I don't want to give too much away. We've been hinting at it for the last couple episodes, but we're getting back into our collab game again. We're going to be hanging out with another brewery.
We're getting back in our bag.
Oh man, yep. We're getting back in the bags. We're gonna mash in. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Yeah. Stoked on it. So this week is gonna be awesome. Yeah. So stay tuned on social media for that, guys.
Yep.
I think do we have anything else to plug?
Well, we're hopping over to we're just gonna do stream only here. So it'll be on Twitch and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/bestbestfriendspodcast, twitch.tv/bestbestfriendspod.
I love all of our POD drops.
Follow, rate, review. Shoot us a 5-star party. You already went through that. Tell all your friends about the podcast. If you like our podcast, your friends might like it. Tell them about it. If you like our podcast, you're probably going to like Might Be Brews Podcast. Tell them about Might Be Brews Podcast. We can all do this together, guys.
It's a collaboration, guys. All of our links are in our bios. You just go to whatever social media we already talked about, hit up the link in our bio. Everything's there.
You guys are at Might Be Brews on everything?
Yeah, the Instagrams, your Facebooks, your Twitters.
Sometimes it's at Might Be Brews. Sometimes it's at Might Be Brews Podcast. But if you get Might Be Brews in there, I'm sure you'll find it on whatever platform you're on.
There you go.
Pretty quick to find.
Yeah, that about wraps it up, huh, Dan?
Yeah, let's get into a little bonus time. We have one more beer to do here, and they just cracked one. So,
all right, Daniel, you know how I feel about you.
I love you, always have.
And you have a special request.
Request. All right, everybody. It's not goodbye forever. It's just
Goodbye for now. I'm not the type to say I told you so.
And this one goes out to Paired Pints at Paired Pints. So guys, follow
AKA Moist Hands
on Twitch if you want to follow him there. It's a disgusting name. So we'll say on Instagram at Paired Pints. He does great things with beer and food. So give him a follow.
Yeah, check it out. All right, everybody.
Always remember in your heart of hearts. We were talking. New revelations have come up. We talked about the Clinton family killing Jeffrey Epstein, but it was actually Dr. Oz that killed Jeffrey Epstein. I knew it.
He's responsible.
I knew it.
All right, everybody. Best Friends Podcast, episode 97.
We're out.
Sweet. All right. So we are done.
We're still live on the stream.
We are live, yeah.
So we are done the audio. See audio.
Yeah.
You definitely got to tell people that they're still live.
What's the weirdest thing that you guys have had happen on the podcast? Either that you've done or a guest has done. I probably should have brought this up on.
This is perfect for bonus time. Okay. Let me crack this beer.
Okay, crack this beer. So this had happened. This happened with Aslan down in Virginia.
Are you guys familiar with Aslan?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's crack this beer first.
All right.
Let's get settled in because this is a good one.
Yeah. So we're doing the Holiday Reserve Coffee Stout from 2020 from Wawa and 2SP.
The Wawa.
What you want? Hoagie Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go get down and get a hoagie.
So 2SP and Wawa collab every year for a stout around Christmas time. And this is from 2020. We've been waiting to crack this because we were hopeful.
I was going to say you've been talking about this.
We tried to get 2SP on forever, and they just They wouldn't do it. They hate technology.
We're gonna have one of their brewers on eventually. He's already
Yeah.
well with his other project. So
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt your story here, but I've been told at the Kennett Brewfest that I am the brewer from 2SP.
you do look like him. Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say that.
I mean,
Ruby, right?
Yeah.
these two guys were convinced
Ruby's
that it was
bald.
that I was him, and I was yanking their leg when I would say, "No, that's not me."
No, Ruby's a little dude.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, shut up, man. And I'd be like, "No, it's not me." But then I'd wink at them, and they're like, "Oh, I knew it was you. I knew it was you."
What a great game to play.
All right, so let's wind the clock back to what was it early 2020?
Yeah.
I would say, or late 2020. Actually,
It was one of our first brewers.
It was. I mean, yeah, we were winding down.
That was a big get.
We were winding down 2020. We
Mhm.
were really stoked that we knew somebody who knew one of the owners of
Yeah.
Aslan. So they reached out, or we reached out. We nailed down a date to do, and this was like early in the stream. So we weren't doing live streams. This was audio only. The
Yeah.
only thing we had was Skype, so we could just see each other.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
It was. Yeah. It was
Just
Skype
recording audio, putting out audio only.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So we had Skype just so we could see each other. And so, we set up Skype, and, everyone knows Skype, it's Microsoft. It's
Right.
It's
We had-
bound to fail.
We had a lot of technical difficulties in our early days.
Yep.
Yeah. So gotta get the bugs out. So midway, I would say, we got the podcast rolling. It was a really good episode.
Mhm.
We were gelling really well. And then our camera died.
Oh no.
So all we could see was him. He couldn't see us. So he had a blank screen in front of him. Just nobody. We could see him. And, podcast must go on. It's
Mhm.
audio only. We didn't care. We're like, say, sorry, you can't see us, but we can still see you. We're just, we're going to continue to go through this. And so this is where it gets real interesting. So as we're talking to one of the owners of Aslan, and I don't want to say his name. If you guys want to go back and check out the episode,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Okay.
Do we call it what do we call it? Too hot for
What did we call it?
too hot to
We called it something.
something like that.
But so we're sitting there and we're talking to the owner, and so his wife comes into the room
To bring him a beer.
to bring him a beer. Just brings him a beer. We're talking on audio and everything, and she just sees a blank screen, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm on this podcast right now." She goes and lifts up her shirt and flashes the computer, and then he goes, "They can still see you." And we go, "Yeah, we're still here."
Yeah, nothing like that.
No, our story isn't nearly that good.
No,
And-
that's
And so he never promoted the episode. Aslan
right.
never put it out. Like, we were like, hey,
Yeah.
like, we just put out the episode, like, promotion. We tagged you guys. It'd be really great if you guys, like, reposted it or got it out in your story. We didn't hear a goddamn thing from
ghosted.
them
Oh,
ever
wow.
again.
Now, did that portion of the audio make the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Oh yeah,
100%.
and that was our social media post. I did like a
Yeah, we did a social media post with, like, the sound, like, bites going through.
oh nice.
yeah. No, yeah, we
That's
lean heavy into that.
We got no love for that
They're almost double the episodes of us. Like do you guys do every week?
Yeah.
every week. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're every other. So we're at like 67, 68-ish,
Yeah, somewhere
something like
around
that.
Oh,
As far
wait.
as
So you guys are
episodes on
almost
running.
at 69?
Yeah,
Getting there.
almost.
Nice.
Cheers. Nice.
I was excited for
Nice.
66, being a little bit of a Star Wars nerd.
66.
Yeah.
Wow. Just hate
yes,
those
I
young
think
You
kids.
just go over there and strangle Mr. Steve. You're just like,
And that's the end.
We didn't have anything too crazy. I think the craziest one was when we stopped. We did like you guys did. We stopped recording the audio, but we were still live, so we could still see each other. We were still, talking.
We were still
On
on
this-
Facebook.
Yeah, we were still on Facebook and YouTube and whatever. And a dude just pulls a bong out and starts ripping a bong like on camera, and we're just like
A six, like
I think one guy was hitting a pen and the other guy was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, you got a pen, I got a pen too." And then he starts hitting a pen, and then another guy's like, "Oh yeah, check this out." And he pulls out like a full 6-foot bong and is ripping a bong on there. And then he's like, what was it? I guess like the next morning, he's like, "Guys, I'm a school teacher. Like, can you guys pull that. Can
pull
you
that
can you
video
pull that
down?
video? Yeah.
Let's chill on that. Chill,
Before you
guys.
said-
Chill.
Before you said that, I was about to say like, oh wait, so you guys did have Ethan on your podcast?
Yeah. But no, I don't know. Your guys' story, geez, takes the cake.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah,
crazy is like that.
Unforgettable.
It was. I will not forget it. And we've like showed the audio clip to people, just like brewers we had on, because they were like, what was like the weirdest thing you've ever had on there?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let me tell you.
Normally we would have screenshotted that, but we were like frozen.
Oh yeah, we're like deer in the headlights.
So this is only the second episode you've had boobs on.
I haven't I don't want to say any brewery names, but if you had anybody that like was not nice to you guys?
No.
No,
I don't
I'd
think
say
so.
I'd say we've had pretty good.
Everybody that's been on the show has been fantastic, but we've like reached out to some people that were like not so nice in reply, and I was just like, I'm never buying your beer again.
Yeah, actually, we've had one. I would say.
Yeah.
Local or not local?
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't.
They
say,
ghosted us pretty hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not. They weren't actively mean. They just ghosted us.
Yeah, they ghosted us hard and like kind of
Yeah.
left us high and dry.
Yeah,
for
left
a
us
week.
scrambling for.
Yeah, it's like
I
you know, we
guess.
do it every week, so we try and like schedule as best as we can. Like,
Sure.
you know, we're scheduled through January right now, so you know, we try to get as many people
Right.
like ahead of time as possible. And like when one falls out, it's like you're scrambling for like 3 days trying to get it before you can promote it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you guys did an episode with Exhibit A.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was this
Just
past
our
week.
past one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
How'd that
it was
go?
recent. It was good.
We're doing it. We're doing one with them in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it looks
they
like
were
they're doing like
really
a
nice.
Pennsylvania like podcast tour right now. So
Yep.
Yeah, they sent us some brews down to try on the show with them. It was went pretty well.
In a very nice box.
Yeah, very nice shipping
Very
box.
fancy shipping box.
was it like one of the whale boxes with like the nice?
It was actually something that they like designed with like a local cardboard person.
Oh shit!
So I've seen the whale boxes.
Yeah.
It's similar, but like it's also unique. It was kind of nice.
Have you guys ever gotten a drop from Tattered Flag?
No.
A supply drop.
Yeah, theirs are great because
No.
like the whole like because yeah the whole military thing and everything they do like a supply. It looks like a supply drop. It's kind of funny.
That's awesome.
I have to check that out. I got a good one. Have you guys ever been on a podcast with a brewer or brewery and had a beer that you just didn't like at all? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, totally. So not on the podcast, but we brought up a beer that we hated from a previous episode
Well, Levante.
to Levante after the fact. So
Yeah, we had that one. I had the one with I mean, we had Milky Shaky with 10-7,
yeah,
which I
And it-
don't enjoy.
yeah, and it's always a joke like that we
Yeah.
kind of run with like Tom like his shtick with adjuncts and
Yeah,
everything.
like lactose and marshmallows and shit. And I mean, I'll give it to them. They knew that, you know, that
Yeah.
was their second time on the podcast. So they knew the joke, like
yeah,
that I don't like that. So they were like, we're doing Milky Shaky. And I was like, God damn it.
But the Levante one was funny because it was kind of he was like, yeah, you guys are right.
Yeah.
So we had an episode. We had a Joe Rogan style episode. This was
Good
like
God.
a 4 hour.
It was a 4-hour episode.
This was early and it was audio only. And so we had some beer social media people and we featured Levante on the episode. And we had a bunch of their beers and some Stickman at the end. And Tom blacked out, so it was a good time.
Threw up the next day. Also,
Yeah. So
The next day.
we had one of their stouts, and I don't know. You guys are kind of local. I don't know if you've ever had it. Bilberry Hill,
I haven't heard that one.
the
I haven't had
blueberry
that.
like cardamom.
I
Yeah.
saw it, but I never had it.
yeah, and they gave we were planning the episode, and they only had crowlers left. He was like, "Oh yeah, no, I can get you some crowlers." So I got each of us individual crowlers.
32 ounces of Bilberry Hill cardamom blueberry chocolate stout.
But I'm only imagining it's got to be 10% minimum.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was about 10% minimum, but
it tasted like Robitussin.
but it was also 90% cardamom.
Yeah, we imagine they were
Yeah.
like scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like, come on, just make one more crowler.
So we had like we trashed it on the episode. We just did not like it.
No. Hold on. We did not trash. I trashed it on the episode. You and Zeppi did not trash it. We had to go back and we did a whole revisit on the next episode. We recorded where you guys were like, no. It was garbage. We were being nice.
Yeah, we were trying to be nice. I tried to be nice. I tried to be the impartial kind of, I can see what they were trying to do with it, but just did not like
that
it.
was back when we were doing Untappd ratings.
Yeah, and we were doing Untappd ratings and everything with it too. So after that, fast forward almost a year, we get Levante on there, and our bonus time was like, hey, Lord Levante. So we had
Jim Adams
on, and we call him Lord Levante. He oversees everything. He's like the Sith Lord of Levante. He runs all their programming, their infrastructure.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that you call him a Sith Lord. Because it like strangely matches his personality.
Oh yeah. All 6, 7 of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you just imagine him in
across the floor?
The cloak gliding across.
Yeah.
But so we brought up, we're like, we gotta talk to you about this Bilberry Hill. He's like, yeah, they're not all winners.
All right, let's introduce John to Pete Weber.
Oh, so wait, John's never heard? Oh, okay.
I missed that reference. It doesn't mean anything to me, and I don't know what a Pete Weber is.
Well, you're gonna find out. He's a bowling legend.
Oh, bowling.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So his dad was literally like the best bowler of all time.
Yeah, he's like the bowler.
Like
this
from
guy
the
looks
50s.
like the best.
This guy's Bill
he's-
Murray from
he's-
Kingpin right here.
Yeah.
So this guy's one of the best bowlers, but he's not his dad.
Okay.
He had a great career, and then he started to decline because he got older, as you can see. But now he had this great comeback. But he came back kind of as like a heel, like he's the bad boy, like you got the glasses, you got the whole thing.
It was like when Hulk Hogan came back with
NWO.
NWO.
Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, Hollywood Hogan.
So this was at a big championship, and he hadn't won one in a while.
Shit was on ESPN. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, ESPN still does bowling.
Yeah, this was like 10 a.m. on a Sunday. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was ESPN, but
But yeah, he basically came back as Bill Murray in Kingpin.
Oh yeah.
Like you were saying.
It's usually
His glasses are legit.
it's usually like 2 p.m. on a Sunday
Yeah.
because
Okay,
it's
sorry,
opposite
2 p.m.
football.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
The focus.
I know.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he
Oh, he hit him with. Did he hit him with a suck it?
He said, "Yes, God damn it, yes."
Yeah, but did he hit him with?
Right.
Did he hit him with?
I think he did DX right there.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's his wife. Like, oh my God, he just did that.
So he's actually
Look at
says,
the vein in his head.
"Who do you think you are? I am."
It's one of my favorite quotes of all time.
Yeah.
It's insane how great that.
Let's
quote
get that
is.
one more time.
It makes zero sense.
It makes zero sense, but I am so motivated right now.
Yeah, this dude is jacked to the tits right now.
It makes zero sense, but it makes all the sense.
Oh, it's such a heel line.
I know.
Oh man, that's good.
I've used that like I sank it like a long putt. I always do that. I give it a shot.
A little shooter
I
McGavin.
give it a shot and I go, "Who do you think you are?" I am.
Want to see him go full John Cena?
Yeah.
That was a sound clip on our podcast back in the day. We don't have that anymore.
No,
Though.
I got rid of it. I moved it over for this.
I need a sound clip. I've got that.
We got that one too.
Horn Brothers. Eskimo horns.
Oh, wait, this is our board, is it?
No, this is we've got good ones.
Where's
it's similar.
Oh yeah, they probably had never heard of Superhuman.
Do you guys know who Superhuman is?
No.
I feel like they would appreciate a Superhuman.
Well, you got to play that one.
Yeah.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god.
You twist that dick. Twist his dick.
I got
Oh my god.
Do you know that one?
No, who was the grab his dick and twist it? What was that from?
Grab his dick and
It's just
twist
some
it.
random guy at some MMA show. And this guy in front of him is
Never heard that.
yelling at the fighters, grab his dick and twist it. And the guy behind him is filming. He's like, oh my God, dude, this is an MMA show. Like, what are you doing?
Can we do like a?
I think the closest thing I have to that.
Can we do
is-
a trade? We're like, yeah, we're cool if you use Pete Weber on your podcast. Can we use that?
You can use it. You just got to give us a little shout out.
Oh, we'll shout it out.
Might Be Brews with the dick twist.
We'll give you Pete Weber for grab his dick and twist it.
And a player to be named later.
Yeah.
We got,
Okay, terrific.
oh, a little Opie and Anthony shout out there.
Oh, I was gonna say we
I
do
think
have
that one
the
came with the board, actually.
Budweiser.
Okay, terrific.
The beer we got. I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Budweiser.
That's my favorite.
Budweiser.
Budweiser. That was a, I think a state senator,
Yeah, wasn't it? It was
A congressman?
Louisiana or Alabama. Or
Alabama, and they were arguing because craft beer was trying to get into the state. So he was saying,
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good.
So
don't it?
that is what we like to call a beer lobbyist right there.
yeah,
For real.
Budweiser.
I want to get
What are some
some,
of them other ones? Coors.
I want to get just some really obscure ones, like a Bud Dwyer clip, just to see if
Oh.
anybody would catch that.
Yeah, no.
Stand back. This might hurt somebody.
No, every time you have like a 9% beer and above, stand
Yeah.
back. This might hurt somebody.
You know that one?
Nope.
So Bud Dwyer was this dude. He was some sort of public official.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. He was a
Yeah,
Pennsylvania state
Pennsylvania.
treasurer.
There's a treasurer
Yeah.
in the 80s, and he was giving a press conference and blew his brains out on live TV.
Okay, I've seen the clip, I think.
But at some point, he pulls out the gun and he says, "What's he say? Like, stand back."
Stand back. Oh, no. Because they start to, they like go to like rush, like, no,
Yeah.
no, don't do that. And he's like, oh, everybody stand back. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
He's
But
so
it's-
calm, and then just
It's great. The thing I love about that video is, and that's horrible to say,
It's a minute.
he pulls the gun, a comically long,
like a
revolver.
Joker style gun.
out
Out
of the manila envelope.
It's a completely flat manila envelope. It's like a clown
like a
trick.
cartoon.
Yeah. It's like a clown car. Like I looked at that, I was like, where did the gun come from? It's just like it just keeps coming.
Or like the Faces of Death
Like some
theme
mind
song, whatever that was.
Oh yeah, that was the website, Faces of Death, or
Mhm.
what was the other one that was crazy back in the day? Rotten.com.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah, the Bud Dwyer one, that'll stay with you.
Yeah.
Once you said that, I could picture the blood just pouring out of his nose.
Yeah,
When
like
they-
the
when they zoom
cameraman
in-
just he started zooming in. You're like, what the?
Guy did his fucking job. I'll tell you that.
The guy was trying to go for a daytime Emmy. He's
Yeah.
like, this will go on film.
If he didn't get that shot, he would have got his ass chewed out.
J. Jonah Jameson was like, get the shot. God damn it! Now get Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, damn it. All right, let's get some proper bonus time going.
Okay, so you have proper bonus time.
Yeah, so in bonus time we like to do
What is
I
this?
like to find very cringy videos.
That looks like a Mario level. That's a Mario Brothers game map.
So
Those are the Mario
Bowser.
Kart pumps.
That's a Bowser fetish.
Yeah,
I think this is I found
BowserPorn.com.
we found Superhuman doing this.
Buy the domain right now.
I guarantee it's taken.
Yeah, guarantee
yeah.
Japan's got it.
We found Little Lunchbox doing this.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
I've been getting some good cringy music videos.
All right.
And this one is her name is Holotka,
Ah, Eastern European.
possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Isn't that a sauce cabbage stuffed with ground beef.
Yeah, so I thought Halumkies. Yeah,
That's Galumkies.
Galumkies.
You're thinking of the like their egg noodle halushki.
Yeah, Halushki.
That's
Yes.
what I'm thinking of.
So
Both of which have nothing to do with this video.
this is a music video, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. It starts. It's the music doesn't start for like a while,
Oh,
but this is too graphic to not go over.
too hot for TV.
Yeah.
Oh man, are we gonna get these guys in trouble?
Yep.
Your page. I'm not getting in trouble.
Oh, look it up.
Yeah. So the song's called "Bitch It Up."
Okay.
It's Holotka
Produced by Kid Rock.
featuring Snake,
Oh,
which
who's Snake?
is that character. He's the criminal character from The Simpsons.
Oh, nice.
That's a classy way to start a video.
Yeah.
A little bit of B-roll and then a classic black screen.
Yeah, this was made on iMovie.
And then and then it's going to get immediately unclassy.
It's like pink if you bought it on wish.com.
Mr. Steve coming in with the
It's barrel
jokes.
aged pink.
Fire.
And she's making out with a very, very young Steve-O.
We have smoothie sour
Steve-O.
pink over here.
Who's the guy on The Voice with the tattoos?
Oh, Adam.
Levine.
Adam Levine on
Yeah,
Wish.com right now.
Yeah, he looks like a dollar store Adam Levine.
Hey, Travis Barker pre maybe too.
So she's
Where are her children?
Wait, she's the rapper?
yeah,
She's the rapper? I didn't expect that.
yep. Surprise. This early 50s, mid 50s.
I can't tell if this is a rap video or MILF porn.
Why can't it be both?
Hey,
All right, let's.
She's a badass bitch and she bout to bitch.
I'm assuming that's Snake.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
In my 6-inch pumps, got my skinny jeans on. My hair is simply flawless. I'm all up in my zone. Diamonds on my fingers.
Her grandchildren are so embarrassed.
Gobbler neck tight.
Jesus Christ.
she's if unenthusiastic hand job had a face, it'd be her.
Begrudging hand job.
She's bored and ignored right there.
She and someone pointed this out before. I don't know who to give credit to, but these women, as they get older, you know, the people that get like the facelifts and everything,
Yeah.
you can't do anything for the neck. So somebody said you can always tell the age of the woman by their neck,
Good call.
That's why I have the beard.
because the face might read 30, but the neck will.
That's
read
why Mr.
65.
Steve's OnlyFans is just popping off.
She's like if Cruella DeVille and Bad Baby had a baby together.
Oh, that's
yeah.
that's a keen observation. Also, these bags are very evidently
Empty.
Is
There's
that
nothing in these
Martin,
bags.
No.
is that Martin Lawrence to her right there?
Girls dripping from my neck. Chanel, Gucci, Prada. I only wear the best. I roll up on the scene. Everybody's watching me.
Look at that chain.
Whoa!
Look at that chain.
That chain.
What is this guy?
That's Mario Van Peebles.
He's trying to be big, but he's like a foot shorter than her.
That's plastic. It's got to be a
God.
plastic.
It looks like Rick Steiner's Indian cousin. Or Scott Steiner? Rick
You
Steiner.
can't protect somebody when you're half their size.
You can when you have a chain like
I
that.
guess.
Like here, hold my chain, and then they leave.
Lamborghini with the black leather seats. Them bitches may be hating, but
I hope that's her stepson.
Now she's in the nursing home.
And I'm about to bitch it up. I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
She's a badass bitch and she bout to bitch it up.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up. I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up. When I step into the club, everybody know my
100% she just looked at the director and was like, I need black guys.
Can I get my grandchildren into this? To the right. That girl is not of age for this.
No.
How much did Snake get paid for this? Snake.
What he recorded one line that they're just using over and over and over again.
No, I get what you're saying. Like her and her husband, if she's got one,
Doubtful.
we're like, I'll pay you $100,000 or something absolutely insane. Like this snake guy probably made an absurd amount of money.
I think this is some sort of elaborate hot wife endeavor.
Hot wife scenario.
Is this like a cuck thing with his like husband?
Yes.
He's like,
Yes. Her husband is the cuck and Snake is the bull. And this is all a part of it. And we're all in their fantasy right now.
That guy's I imagine it's the same scenario as that, like the Rebecca Black.
how
Friday?
is this Rebecca Black?
Friday.
Oh no, she had that
actually
one.
looks like Rebecca Black.
I know. It feels like Rebecca Black's to the right of her right now. Like this is Saturday.
She's got Rebecca Black to the right.
Monday afternoon, 1:35.
She's like Wednesday, happy hour.
But you remember Rebecca Black got that? She got that like random rapper in the video.
Oh yeah.
How do you book him? How does any money? Obviously, any self-respecting
They paid
rapper.
the studio, whatever. Like that
He was like,
studio
"Fuck
kinda
this."
made that whole song for her.
Yeah, fuck this street cred.
It was like a birthday present to her or something.
Cameo.
Name like I'm on the red carpet. That's how I do my thing. So if you came to party, everybody follow me. Let's take this thing to the back in the VIP. You see me spinning stacks, I just keep on stacking up. Don't worry about
She's
them
making
haters.
out at like 20 something.
So pop another
She just stole Rebecca Black's boyfriend.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up. I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
I mean, watch me ball out with this Belvedere and Crown Royal.
Yeah, you called it, Mr. Steve. I think her and her like husband just rewind that part of her making out with the young dude.
The husband, 100%. The husband is the director of this video, and he's like, yes. You're right, Nick Fisher. Very, very much so.
Steven Spiel cuck.
Steven Cuckberg.
Ah, there you go.
Martin Scorsese's cuck.
Oliver Cuck.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
That guy's got San Diego tattoos.
I know, it's not looking good.
All right, there's a little telling there. She's rocking the full tank top there. She wouldn't go full like the full bra. She was going like the full Spanx tank top. See?
Yeah.
Ready? And then there it is. She didn't want to show that lasagna belly.
Stoopers.
Why? Oh, he's
shorter than everybody in the video.
Wait a second, rewind that a couple seconds. Was she trying to get the other guy to go with the?
Yeah, she was reaching for him like, hey, come here.
Like, here, touch this guy.
Now you guys touch. You want to get paid, you do it.
Grab the chain looks like if Mr. T was in Menudo.
Oh man, Mr. Steve, Roastmaster
There's the
General.
blog from our episode.
Is that a GNR?
Yeah, it's a Guns N' Roses shirt.
Yeah. Take that off before you jinx them and the band breaks up.
I said that to Taylor.
It's a Chinese Democracy Tour t-shirt, all right?
Whichever F1 shirt he had on, that guy wrecked as soon as he posted about him in like 30 seconds.
Oh.
This whole video is her just an excuse for her to make out.
I like how uncomfortable the dude to the left looks. during this whole thing.
He's like, are we really doing another take of them making out?
That's fucking late.
All right.
Who is this
Put my head
lady?
out.
It's like a younger her.
Oh, that's her best friend that she takes out with. That's her wing girl.
Yeah, for sure.
She looks like the tall Russian chick from Rocky 4.
I was gonna say she's
Brigitte
definitely into
Nielsen.
girls. Yeah.
Brigitte Nelson.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses girl is definitely into girls, and it's just been proven.
The guy on the left, still the best reaction.
Yeah, and he's still looking at her like, man, this ain't
Are
even worth
we
it.
done? When's lunch?
There is not enough weed for me to sit here with these bitches.
There's only tobacco in this.
There's a hookah. Yeah, right?
Man, you said there was going to be girls kissing. You didn't say it was going to be you.
Why are the two cashiers from Home Goods making out?
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to be.
Oh, that's good.
A lot of herpes being passed around in this episode.
Oh God! Can you imagine all the CVS receipts she has in her purse?
Hey, yo, I'm your dad now.
She's a badass bitch and she about to bitch it up.
I'm a badass
Is that whipped cream on the table? I feel it's coming.
It is.
Wait, what?
It is. It is totally just one bottle of whipped cream and just a boardroom of double penetration just sitting there.
But is there? What's happening?
I have no idea what this is.
This is clearly a Coke table. But what?
I can't wait to see what's next.
She's a badass bitch and she about to bitch it up.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up. I'm a badass bitch
In a
and I'm
hotel?
about to bitch
Yeah.
it up. Got my skinny jeans on.
Bitch it up.
I'm all up in my zone.
She's about to bring out her like Costco-sized bottle of lube
Bitch it up.
because she hasn't gotten wet since the Challenger exploded.
I roll up on the scene.
I guarantee that hotel did not know they were shooting a music video.
Nope.
Bitch it up.
Bitches maybe hate him.
This is the Cuck Hotel.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
About to.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
Oh, we got it. Hold on.
Bitch and she about to bitch it up.
The whipped cream is coming in here.
It's back.
Badass bitch
There it
and
is.
I'm about to
Yep.
bitch it up.
She's a badass bitch and she about to bitch it up.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up. I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up.
Watch your hips on those steps.
Bitch it up. Badass bitch.
Yeah, it'd be so great if she had one of those like chairs that went up the stairs and she just sat in it and just started going.
100% that hotel did not know that filming was happening in there.
No.
This boardroom is for executives.
30 seconds later, somebody went, "Man, what do you think you're doing with the camera?"
Why are you walking so slow up the steps?
The
Do you
next,
need assistance?
Badass bitch.
I'm a badass bitch and I'm about to bitch it up. Bitch it up.
that was just garbage, Tom.
She was in lingerie like 4 seconds ago. Now she's fully dressed. Why?
Tom,
Yep.
I am so proud of you. This
Thank
was
you.
this was top cringe right here.
Truly awful, right?
Top cringe.
Wow.
And we've got lasting power. That's what we're looking for, Fish.
Is she on tour? Can we go see her?
And I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and just be singing this in my head, like, what the F?
We got to have her on the podcast.
All right, let's see what we got comments wise.
VOH.
Holoka, you are blessed. Please make more music for your fans who are waiting patiently.
Music should have been in quotes.
When you've gone through all the Karens that want to speak to the manager, she is the final boss.
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
She's the
She does have
Dr.
that John and Kate
Karen.
+8 look.
Oh yeah. Oh, good call.
I love how she talks about wearing Gucci and Prada, but in fact, she is wearing Forever 21. No, sorry, Forever 41.
41.
Man, you can always rely on the YouTube comments
yeah.
for a good laugh.
There's no VOH here because all the VOH is in the video.
Yeah.
In this case, I'll take hand.
Yeah. I think I'm going to defer to hand on this one, Coach.
Either way, it's going to be dry.
Oh, God.
Oh, dry.
VOHpod.com. Buy the domain.
So, before we get out of here, you guys did you guys say you're not familiar with Superhuman?
I don't know what superhuman is.
Yeah, I think we said no.
Oh,
Maybe I do.
I
And
don't
I
know.
just don't.
Do
Dare
have
we,
enough time?
Dan?
It's like 2 hours right now.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well,
Another time. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we're having these guys back.
yeah, we got to. Yeah. All right. We'll call it wraps on this.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we could go into some rabbit holes right now, but
Yeah.
it's a Monday night. I'm turning into a pumpkin over here. so.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wrap it up and we'll get you guys out of here and we'll see if we can all get some good wins on this Arizona Rams game.
Fucking Arizona, man. I'm so pissed right now.
What happened?
I'm just not winning right now. I'm mad. I'm mad. Arizona's defense needs to step it up.
Well, I need 20 more points and I'm winning some money, boys. 20 more points. I think we're getting 20 points in I think Arizona's going to be putting it up. They're going to be putting it up in the air.
Yeah, Fish. Don't remind me.
I'm looking good right now, I got to say. My first round bye might be locked up.
Dude, I was going to skip over like 4 people in my fucking league and just be in like 3rd place if I won this. I was straight to 3rd, man.
What do you need?
I need Arizona. I need like 7 points right
From
now.
who? From who?
Arizona defense and Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz, I think you might be able to make up some ground because they're going to be passing. They're down 14 points.
Yeah.
They're going to be passing. I think Zach Ertz picks up some points.
He can just pick up a touchdown out of nowhere. And
Yep.
I'm hoping. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
All right, let's get these guys out of here.
Yeah, guys. Thanks again for coming on. This was a ton of fun. Mr. Steve, king of comedy over there, man. You had me rolling, man. My eyes, I'm still tearing a little bit over here.
This guy's the best.
that's my Monday night humor. You should see me on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Let's get you guys on our show. We'll do that.
Yeah, let's set that up. We're more than happy to do that.
Yeah,
Dude,
let us
I'm
know schedule and everything, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you for doing this. We appreciate it. Audio will come out Wednesday morning.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll get the promotion out, guys. Yeah, everyone who stuck around for the stream, thanks very much for watching and everything.
Yep.
So, guys, have a good night.
All
Enjoy
right.
the rest of your week.
Later, guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
That's it. All right, we are out.
Nope, you didn't hit end broadcast.
Oh, nope. There it is.
There you go.
And broadcast.